Hold on, let me turn it off in the background. Is it on now? Is 3 working?
Please remain standing.
You say yeah, it's working?
Receiving video, that's a good sign. Okay, so we're good. Okay, so we missed the players, but get ready to go to the 50-yard line for coin toss, okay?
Okay.
for tonight's game for the Waynesville Tigers. Number 28, Evander Bradford. Number 18, Chase Thomas Plummer. Number 60, Edwin McFarland. And number 19, Marion Diame. Number 30, Vikings. Number 9, Tyler Cone. Number 2, Shane Glass. Number 25, Isaiah Carter. And number 1, David Brooks. And last but not least, number 59, Adam White. Jen Tua, captain, number 3, Carl Thomas.
Yes, I have you. I don't have you now.
Sounds like it went good. We have him in our heart. Yeah, you can't take Tim Wallace out of our heart.
As much as Brian Schaffner tries.
Well, Tim Wallace he produces antibodies once he's in your heart.
Can you hear me through the top?
No, but I don't need to. You're loud. I don't like having you in my ear.
What?
I always turn you all the way down anyway.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Waynesville Tiger Football 2021. Coming to you live tonight from Tiger Stadium as the Waynesville Tigers take on their conference rival, the Parkview Vikings. I'm Mike Rawlings. Along with me tonight is Matt Johnson. Matt, not sure exactly how live we were before we got going there, but great to be back. 2021 sports kicks off right here tonight in Waynesville.
Absolutely. It doesn't seem like it's been that long ago that we were signing off for basketball, getting ready for spring sports. But, Coach Rawlings, nice, balmy evening out here at Tiger Stadium.
Definitely August football weather in Missouri. If we're going to kick this thing up, and yes, Scott Turner, we know that now. It's 91 degrees here at kickoff at Tiger Stadium. And it looks like the Vikings are going to be kicking off to start this thing off to the Tigers. And Matt, another great night looking into the sun. If we roll a little bit here, we will. As we roll into the season, we get that sun down a little bit further each time before we get started. So bear with us if our numbers are, if we're getting adjusted here.
Well, and Coach learning a whole new roster of numbers. Of course, we got a lot of returning players coming back to the Tigers this year, but it's the excitement of that first game. The Tiger marching band under the direction of Jim Stockman, of course, marching the halls this morning. It's starting to feel more like school's real.
And
a Tiger nice return.
Gonna see who that was.
Going to have it all the way back out to about
Chase
the 46.
Thomas Plummer on that return.
Chase Thomas Plummer, a name we said a lot back in the spring and track season.
Chase, a state, all-state relay person for the state track, for the Waynesville track team. Not sure.
Coach, to make it a little more challenging for you to see the numbers, we've got some smoke wafting across the field now. So the Tigers are going to come out with the ball here first. Coach, is that Bradford in the back set right there?
I
Believe he was in the quarterback set. He's going to take the ball, keep it himself, and move it out just about the 50-yard line. So it looks like it'll be just about 2nd and 5 here for the Tigers.
Well, welcome everybody joining us. First pin on the map. Joe Creighton's going to get us in from Texas, Matt, to get things started. That's going to be another direct snap right to Bradford. He's going to take it up the middle and get a huge gain.
Nice.
There by Vander.
Vander going to take it down almost 35 yards on the carry. Going to put the ball right about the 15-yard line. Looks like they spotted up at the 16, and so it's going to be 1st and 10 right there for the Tigers. Coach Rawlings, we're moving it quick, and I like that. All right, Coach Rawlings, I don't have my feed up yet, but I'm going to get a pin in Texas here.
California, Matt, California.
California?
A lot of folks out there. What scares me, Matt, is Coach Mike Klutz has checked in with us. I was hoping he'd be down there on the sideline doing a little coaching. It's going to be up the middle to Eric Richardson that time.
Richardson's going to go forward, get it inside the 10. So pick up about 6 on the play. Should bring up 2nd and 4 for the Tigers. Looks like Bradford coming back into the game for the Tigers, setting up in the tailback position.
David Vernon starting quarterback tonight for the Waynesville Tigers. As we're going to have a motion penalty.
Multiple men in motion right there. Coach, I've got to use this penalty here to try and get my feed going.
Big hello out there to former TTSN Fan of the Year, Nelson Morgan, joining us from Nashville, Tennessee. We'll say we'll have a few people join us tonight, Matt, because this extreme football heat might have kept a few folks at home in the air conditioning.
All right, Tigers come set to the line. Tigers go 4 wide. 2 receivers wide out to the top, 2 to the bottom.
2nd and 8 for the
Bradford
Tigers.
goes in motion. Little swing pass outside. The pass is caught. Still on his feet. Moving back down inside the 10 before he gets pushed back. Going to get it right down to about the 10. So, Coach, I think we're going to make up the yardage on the penalty right there. I did not catch who caught that.
I'm looking numbers here. Is that Marion Fiame out there?
I think you're correct. Tigers pack it in this time. It's going to be kept by Bradford. Looking for room around that right-hand side. He's down. Going to be pushed out of bounds right about the 5, but should have picked up the 1st down on the run right there.
Yeah, that's going to be a 1st and goal for the Tigers.
Well, Coach, it's going to be interesting to see how Parkview tries to adjust or account for that, because I saw Vander this morning in the hallway. A couple of teachers standing around talking with him, and one of them was giving him a hard time, and I thought, I don't know that I'd mess with Vander, because Vander, I'm pretty sure, could pick me up, throw me in the trash can.
That's going to be up the middle to Eric Richardson, and he's going to be
stopped
just short.
at the 1.
Yeah, just short of the goal line.
Vander gets ahead of steam moving. That's going to be a hard load to bring down tonight. And that nice change of pace. We of course see Eric in the springtime so fast. I don't know that there's anybody in the Ozark Conference faster than Eric Richardson. You get the burst of speed, and then you get the size of Bradford, and it's a heck of a 1-2 punch. As into the end zone he goes. Mr. Eric Richardson puts the first touchdown of the season on the board for the Tigers. Coach, that didn't take long. Tigers quickly on top. This is the perfect way to start the season.
Well, yes, it is, and we knew the Tigers had something up their sleeve coming out on offense. We didn't know what it was, and we saw a couple years ago, especially when.
Kick is up, and it's good for number 5, Travis Novak.
When everybody was healthy, Bradford and Richardson, and at that the 1-2 combination of those two guys, it's really tough to defend.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, you get exactly what you need out of the offense right there. Take the ball down.
Not a lot more they could do right there, Matt. They went down the field, scored a touchdown, got the extra point.
Now,
I guess
now it's Coach Klutz and the defense's turn.
Coach Klutz, if you're watching out there on the TTSN Sports Network, Coach, it's time to turn it off and start coaching the defense.
Well, yeah. Well, he could watch the offensive set. That's why it popped up.
But I need to remind him, defense is getting ready to go out there, so, you know.
Now, a defense, let's say 3 and out, are we going to call that good, or does the defense also have to score a touchdown?
Well, it'd be nice if they scored a touchdown. I think Coach Klutz 3 and out would take that.
Well, I'm happy with either.
I'm going to think Coach Haynes would be happy with the 3 and out here.
Oh, I think so.
I'm going to say Tiger Nation would be happy with the 3 and out right here, man.
Coach, can you see?
No, I can't, really.
I think that's number 52, Mason Wright, teeing it up to kick off here for the Tigers.
Well, Mason was doing a little kicking at the Meet the Tiger night.
That'd make that a pretty good guess then. All right, Mason's got it teed up, takes his steps off.
Matt, as they're kicking this thing off, let's shoot a little shout out. Jared Hyatt and Keyshawn Smith are joining in with us tonight. Jared just got a hold of me, let me know that.
Fielded at the 20, still on his feet as he crosses the 40, and finally going to be pushed out of bounds at the 45. So the Glendale Vikings going to start with pretty good field position.
Anthony Nunda on that return for Parkview. Big hello out there to, wait a minute, first time we've said this on air, assistant principal Lucas Smith joining in with us.
Absolutely.
Going back and forth today with Lucas. It's kind of lonely over there. Usually we get to talk football on Friday to get prepared. Lucas over on the other side of town.
Jared and Keyshawn joining us is big, though. I figured they were studying real hard already. Well, they probably just take a break for the game and go right back to studying.
Well, it's Friday, Coach. And what I was thinking, and I might be wrong here, Jared will correct me if I am, but I figured tonight he might be working on some of his acrobatics now that he's been named the new mascot for the jury cheerleading team.
Well, he's flexible enough. We've seen him high jump.
Well, he don't have to pick up and throw any cheerleaders this way. He just has to be an entertainer.
Well, Jared is definitely entertaining. Anybody who has spent any time with Jared Hyatt knows that you're going to have a good time. First down run goes for about a yard, not much on the ground right there doing. This time quarterback drops back, looks to pass, looking downfield, lets it go, and it's going to fall well short of the intended target.
Nice job on defense there by the Tigers.
I believe number 5, Ethan Brantley, was the intended receiver on the play, but well short of that. So nice defense right there to stay at home, pursue down the line of the Tiger defense. So it's going to be 3rd and long. Coach, what do you call it, 3rd and 8?
3rd and 8 for the Parkview Vikings.
Parkview comes to the line, 4 wide, 2 wide to the left, 2 wide to the top, single back in the backfield. Quarterback, quick pass over to the left-hand side.
Going to be
nice
a short.
Open field stop right there. Pass is completed. Coach,
I apologize, but I'm not sure who that was on defense.
Well, we get that sundown. We're gonna see a little bit better. But whoever it was, fantastic open field.
Parkview's going to go for it.
Parkview's going to have this penalty walked off first, and we're going to replay 3rd. Maybe why he had so much time over there.
Well, was it a holding penalty? It's only 5 yards.
Illegal shift.
Okay, that makes more sense.
Legal shift on the Vikings. So it's going to push it back, and it'll be 3rd and about 14. 3rd and 13. Long 13, short 14. And Parkview's going to come back to the line in the same set with the 4 wide receivers. Lone back in the field with the quarterback. Pulls back. This is going to be a pass. Looking for a receiver. Overthrown. I think he heard footsteps right there, Coach Rollins. And, Coach?
Well, he had 3 Tigers getting ready to put the hammer down if he makes that catch. So.
And Coach, we want to send congratulations to Coach Klutz. We got exactly what we wanted right there. There was penalty in between, but, Coach, by my count, that's 3 and out.
Well, there was a penalty, and we'll take the 3 and out. And there goes Coach Klutz getting back on his phone, watching us on the TTSN Sports Network. Oh, that's interesting. I wonder if Coach Haynes knows that Coach Klutz is watching us up here.
It's probably part of his assignment. Is that Fiame on the near side to us? And I cannot see who that is on the top side. I think it's Fiame down.
That kick's going to be – well, it's going to be fielded and ran back. Looked like that kick was going to be a little shorter than that.
Fiame takes the
Fiame.
catch and brings it back to the 35, but I did not see who the young man on the upside from him was.
It appears that well, that was Eric Richardson, I believe, on that upside. Hey, big shout-out to reigning
TTSN Sports Fan of the Year,
Victoria Hooker. Now, Coach, let me tell you a little story about Victoria. Now, we voted her in. The millions and millions.
Well, I was going to say, not we. I mean, you and I got a vote, but there was millions and millions.
Fan of the Year.
Yeah.
And, Coach, the other day at the golf course, she almost hit me with a golf ball.
Well, that's not very kind.
No, it was not. And she laughed and laughed and laughed.
All right, man in motion comes through. Handoff goes to Richardson. Richardson, big hole on the left-hand side.
Oh, and that looked. Oh, well, there's no flag down.
No, and
boy, it looked like a horse collar tackle right there, right in front of us.
It did, and it made me nervous for a second. But the first person I saw pop up out of all of those bodies that went down was Eric Richardson. So big run on first down, gets it all the way back to the 50. First down for the Tigers. Richardson stays in there at tailback. Vernon in the shotgun set. Drop back, going to let it go, looking down that right-hand side. Passes up,
almost
tipped, and
off.
it's going to be incomplete.
That's going to be Bishop Godwin in at quarterback.
I'm sorry. That is Bishop.
That is Bishop Godwin in at quarterback.
Mason Perez checking in on offense for the Tigers. All right, Bradford now in at tailback in there behind Bishop. Tigers go 3 receivers, 2 go out to the top. Bishop drops back, looking for some space on the right, and he's going to get pulled down. Sack's going to bring with it a loss of 8 for the Tigers.
Richardson's going to check back in for the Tigers. That's going to make it 3rd and 17.
Well, Bishop peeled out of that backfield looking for some running room, I think, over there on the right-hand side. But Parkview able to get back in there and pull him down. So brings up 3rd and long for the Tigers. A little quick pitch inside. Tigers have some green in front of them, still on his feet.
It's going to be Chase Thomas Plummer with a nice run and a first down.
Woo.
For the Tigers. That's going to be about a
28-yard run.
Yeah.
So put 28 more yards in Chase Thomas Plummer's category. Brings the ball down to about the 35-yard line. It's the Tigers 1st and 10. Coach Rollins, there's a lot of weapons right there in that Tiger backfield.
Yes, there are.
Turn goes to Bradford this time. Bradford still pushing forward. Going to pick up about 4 on the carry. All right, Tigers come to the line. Eric Richardson in there at tailback. I'm sorry, Eric Richardson in at quarterback.
It's a direct snap back there.
Fakes the handoff to Registe, and Eric's going to take it himself up the middle, and he's going to get a couple yards maybe. Godwin now back in there. So it's going to be 3rd and 5, Coach Rawlings. All right. Godwin in at quarterback. Richardson in the backfield. 3 receivers wide, and we've got a whistle. There's a signal coming from across the field. Is that a false start, Coach Rawlings?
I don't know. We're getting ready to see.
Looks like the referee having a talk with one of the Waynesville receivers.
It's
Maybe
an
not
illegal
gotten
motion.
up on
I was
the
going to say, I
line.
think it was an illegal motion. So now we're going to have a 3rd and 10 for the Tigers.
Godwin drops back. Pass down
It's
the middle,
gonna be
and it's going to be intercepted. Going to be. Ryan Decker, I believe, number 52 for Parkview, is going to be the Viking that picks that off there in the middle. Coach Rawlings, obviously we're having a hard time with that sun seeing numbers, but I'm not sure that even when we get that sun down, we're going to be able to pick those numbers off the back of the Parkview Vikings.
We're getting ready to go into our first required Misha hydration break. This hydration break is brought to you by the Missouri State High School Activities Association. As these required breaks, I was talking to Athletic Director Corey Ace today, and I went in to ask about if we were delaying start with the heat and everything else. Corey said the biggest thing that he was looking at was, we were going to have these breaks throughout the game. We're going to have to out there, Matt, as hot as it's been.
Oh, absolutely.
With everything going on. So I'm going to guess we're going to see at least 4 of these tonight. I'm going to say if the officials probably have the ability, if they see that, well, wait a minute, we probably need to take one of these, especially here in the early goings, they're going to do that.
Well, and I'm sure Mr. Ace can call for those as well as the hydration coordinator for the Waynesville R6 School District. You know Mr. Ace has to have some leeway in there.
Well, and that was the thing. I had to get to class, and Corey was wanting to talk about water today and H2O and all that kind of stuff. And, when Corey's talking about H2O and when he's talking about water, he gets so passionate about
absolutely.
water. It's hard to get out of Corey's office. He gets so excited about water.
Well, and I know that he did attend the Global Water Summit again this summer. Now, it was virtual because of the pandemic.
Well, right, you're right.
But the Water Summit 2021, I mean, Mr. Ace and water,
those two things go together.
They do. They go together. All right, loss of 5 there. Looks like it's going to bring up about 2nd and 15. For the Parkview Vikings, they spread it out, 4 receivers wide, 1 running back in the set. Quarterback looks to be going long down this right-hand side.
Going to be broke up right in front of us. That's going to be.
Is that for Registe?
Yes.
Dalen Registe gets up and breaks that one up. I could see it. I'm pretty sure Registe could see it because I thought he was going to get up and take that one back the other direction.
So 3rd and 14 for the Parkview Vikings.
Another big 3rd down forced by the defensive unit right here under the direction of Mike Klutz. Love what we're seeing right now on both sides of the ball by the Waynesville Tigers. Parkview comes back to the line set, 4 wide. Drop back, and we're going to see another pass. Nope, this time the quarterback looks like he's going to try and run, and he's immediately wrapped up as he crosses the line of scrimmage.
Going to pick up about 3 yards, but that's a nice trade-off. That's going to bring up a 4th and 11 for the Vikings. They're going to have to punt that ball back to the Waynesville Tigers.
And Coach said, I know you can't see any better than I can see. Was that Aiden McFarland that got in there?
Once again, I apologize to folks at home. Seeing those numbers is very, very difficult. We got about maybe 10, 15 minutes, and it's going to get a little better, I believe.
All right. Parkview lines up to punt. Tigers have 1 return man back deep.
Nope, we have 2.
Oh, We do. The sun obscured the second one.
And that ball, the ball's on the ground. The Tigers are going to fall on it.
Couple Tigers right there, shoulder to shoulder where that ball was coming down. I think both thought that they were going to get it. Ball hits the turf, but the Tigers do the smartest thing possible and just fall on that.
Regis right there, and as that ball was getting to him, so was a Parkview Viking, and Regis able to jump on that and keep the ball in possession.
Coach, we got another state checking in, and a name that we called a lot last year, Mr. Mike Lewis, checking in from up in Iowa tonight.
Jay Sean Lyles checking in from Louisiana. Looking at your list, you might as well put Tennessee on there because Nelson Morgan's already checked in.
Yep.
I think we probably could have put a pin in the map for Tennessee to start out. We probably could have done that.
Susan Marshall checking in from Virginia.
Snap back to David Vernon. That ball's on the ground again. And it looks like
I believe the Tigers got back on it.
I believe that is true. I think the exchange might have been a little off there to hit the ground, and Vander just fell on it. So Tigers will pick up a couple there on that.
Pick up a couple, so I'll make it 2nd and 8. Yeah, as always, if you're watching tonight, let us know where you're watching from, what state or what country. I've got both maps back on the wall here. I've got the international map. I've got the national map.
Vernon hands off to Richardson this time.
Richardson still on his feet, spins out of it. Coach, that took about 6 Vikings to bring Eric Richardson down.
And Eric's going to pick up about 5 on that carry, looks like.
Oh, Coach, another former TTSN fan of the year checking in. Trevon Dorsey checking in from Holloman Air Force Base in New Mexico.
We got a Georgia. We got Colorado.
I don't have Colorado on my list yet. I'm going to put pins in here when we get a chance.
That's going to be halftime, Matt. That's a lot of pins.
I'm going to need a lot of pins because we are ticking the states off quick. Fake the handoff.
That was a direct snap to Richardson. He's still on his feet.
Still on his feet all the way down to about the 30-yard line. Run of about 23 yards on the play for Mr. Eric Richardson. Big gain right there for the Tigers.
1st and 10 for the Tigers from the 29-yard line.
David Vernon in the shotgun set. Believe that's Bradford back behind him. David rolls out to the right, looking down the field, lets the pass go. Got the receiver. Oh. Just off the receiver.
Intended for Jonathan Hedrick out there. Another track state qualifier.
Absolutely. We've got a lot of those returning, Coach Rollins, which is a great thing.
Jonathan made it to state last year in the triple jump as a freshman. And
we're going
Tigers are walking this direction. And they're going to walk back. Oh, maybe the Tigers were taking a timeout there.
I thought they were too.
Probably going to happen. Play clock's down to 6.
Coach Haynes moving signals in.
Well, they've stopped the play clock and restarted it. Okay.
All right, so 2nd and 10. Vernon, a little pitch.
To
Aussie.
Aussie, yeah.
Aussie takes that one, pick up maybe a yard on the play there. Looking for some space outside on that right-hand side, but nice pursuit down the line by the Parkview Vikings right there. They were not going to let him get to open field. So that's going to bring up 3rd and long here for the Tigers.
Third down, there looks like that ball's back to the original line of scrimmage, so it's going to be 3rd and 10 for the Tigers. Vernon back, lets it fly.
Oh, receiver slips on this near side. It's going to be Darren Teagle, the intended target over here. I think receiver's feet went out from underneath him.
So 4th and 10 for the Tigers, and the offense is going to stay on the field.
Well, and
It's going
to be a long field goal for right here,
right
and
here.
it's probably too short to punt. I think this is the right call right here. Eric Richardson goes back into the huddle here.
And he's going to set up
Is he
in the
going to line
quarterback
up in the
spot.
quarterback?
Yep.
Tigers do have 4 receivers set. High snap. Eric brings it down. Eric's going to let one go.
He lets it fly, and it was intercepted.
Intercepted at the 1/2 yard line. Coach, that's better than a punt.
Yeah, I'm going to say, I could not tell who intercepted that ball, man.
I cannot see the Parkview. I'm struggling with our numbers, but I cannot see Parkview numbers at all.
No, it's that white jersey looking into the sun.
But, Coach, that's a –
Well, if he knocks the ball down, they take over on the 30. He
right.
intercepts it, they take over on the half.
That's a think play right there. You got to know the situation and know that you just knock it down. Of course, I think back to when I was in high school. I'd have been so excited I'd want that interception as well. But you cost your team 29.5 yards of field position right there.
Back them up as far as you could back them up.
Oh, absolutely. And this Tiger defense has been nails all night long. I know that defense, that front line right there, here they come. And I don't know that
he did get out, but barely.
Boy, I don't – To me, it looked like that knee were. It looked like the
ball
knee
was, and the ball would have been forward enough.
Ooh, that's close.
Oh, that was close. Yes, that was close.
All right, so no gain on the play is going to make it 2nd and 10. All right, Parkview's going to spread it out wide. Put the receivers out.
That time he's going to be
inside.
Stopped. Oh, he's just going to barely get out.
Well, that's the second one, just by the skin of their teeth out of the end zone, Coach Rollins.
Tiger defense had him stopped in the end zone. That runner was just able.
Coach, I don't know, maybe 4 inches over the original line of scrimmage.
Maybe.
It's not much. That ball is still right on that goal line.
So it's still 3rd and 10 for the Parkview Vikings.
Parkview, if nothing else, has got to look for a couple yards here just so your punter can get back a little bit here on 4th down.
They're gonna let it fly this time, and that quarterback.
He's not getting out this time.
No, he is not. That's going to be a safety for that Tiger defense. And 2 points for the Waynesville Tigers.
Hot dog. Evan Stubblefield in on the sack right there, or the safety. So as you said, the Tigers are going to pick up 2 points. Parkview's going to kick it off, and we're going to put our offense right back on the field, Coach Rollins. I like the direction this game's going.
Yes, I do too.
9-0.
Huge job there. Great job by the Tiger defense.
Tiger defense has been a wall tonight.
Well,
Parkview
as you were
not
talking
finding
about just trying to get some yards on the 3rd down to punt, they were just trying to get some yards on all 3 downs right there and could not.
Tiger defense has not given up an inch hardly at all night long, and with 33 seconds left here to play in the first quarter, your Waynesville Tigers are on top, 9-0. Coach, another name that always comes up in the TTSN Sports Fan of the Year, Chris Morgan. Well, he's fired up about that safety.
And Chris kind of took himself out of the running last year by helping out with the Tiger basketball team because it took some of his viewership away. So when he's not trying to be Fan of the Year, he's helping the Tigers win ball games.
Well, there's no one you talk to that wouldn't tell you that Chris Morgan doesn't bleed black and orange. All right, kick's going to be fielded at the 35. cutting loose right inside the 50, across the 40.
Isaac Millay, another all-state track Waynesville Tiger with that return.
All right, Isaac Millay. Coach, they got a lot of all-state track people out there.
And the nice part is if they're still out there, that means we're going to see them in the spring.
Well, and a boys team that had a lot of success last year. Conference champions, district champions, a whole boatload moving on to state. Happy to see him have success in multiple sports.
Nice job there by Bishop to get control of that ball. He's going to go forward and pick up a
Still going to pick up 5 on a
4 or 5 yards, yeah.
On a play that you're just glad to hold on to it.
See if the Tigers want to run a play here down to 5 seconds. I think the Tigers are probably going to move this to the second quarter, and they are. That brings us to the end of quarter number 1 with the Tigers up 9-0 over the Parkview Vikings. Matt, you know what that means it's time for?
Is it time for the first TTSN sports update of year 2021-2022?
It is time for the first sports update. It's time for a Tiger TV sports update. This Tiger TV sports update is brought to you by the Tiger Facebook page.
Tiger Facebook. For all the news that is news, right here in Tiger Town.
I got a little bit off right there because I'm a little rusty.
I brought you back.
You did bring
We're
me
a
back.
team.
You know who likes the Tiger TV Facebook page?
Well, millions of people like it, but I'm going to say that tonight, to start off a new season, that new high school principal, Dr. Jason Witt.
Well, Matt, you look too far ahead into the future, but we're going to go with Dr. Witt right now, like the Tiger TV Facebook page. Dr. Witt, we want to welcome you here to Tiger Town and Tigerland. And Dr. Witt is already, I think every day I've seen him this week, he's had something black or orange on, and he's been fired up. We talked to him on the way in. We want to welcome Dr. Witt and his wife to town. She's teaching down at Waynesville Middle. And I'm going to say one of the first things he did was like the Tiger TV Facebook page right here. While we're on that, we want to give a big shout out to Coach Marbach and the softball team. They competed today for the first time this year and went and played a tournament in Morrisville. We talked to Coach Marbach earlier today. After the games, they split. They went 1-1. They will be back in action in Morrisville at 10:45 in the morning, taking on the Republic Tigers. So if you don't have anything on the agenda, make your way to Morrisville. If I did that, it'd be the first time I ever went to Morrisville.
I've never been to Morrisville myself, but I know Coach Malbach and those Lady Tigers talked to him after the Jamboree the other night. They went 1-1 down in Rolla at the Jamboree, beating Cuba, I believe, down there in Rolla the other night.
As the sun has finally went down.
Ooh, I know. I was able to take those sunglasses off, Coach Rawlings. We're going to get to see numbers in a way we have not seen them all night long.
It's almost like there's a football game going on in front of us now.
All right, Coach, that's going to bring us to 3rd and 2, looks like here. Tigers get the play called in. Bishop Godwin looks like he's headed up under center. No. Going to set up in the shotgun set. Believe that's number 30, Eric Richardson, behind him. 3 receivers wide. 1 comes in motion. Handoff goes up the middle to Richardson. And if he gets a little, Richardson's going to take it down all the way to about the 16. Richardson had 1 guy. If he could slip him, no one was going to catch Eric right there.
Nice 16-yard run right there for Eric. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Tigers.
All right, so the Tigers come to the line. Is Richardson in there at the quarterback set again? Oh, we've got a penalty.
We're going to have I believe we're going to have a formation penalty. Or somebody lined up offsides. One of the two.
Well, Coach, you know it's early in the season, but one thing that I definitely like, and it's good to see, is anytime a penalty's gone, a flag's gone down tonight, I've seen a referee step over and pull a young man aside and talk to him. Basically, explain, hey, this is what went. This is why I called that penalty.
Because you were lined up here.
Right.
You needed to do this. Yes, that's exactly right.
And I think sometimes people get worked up and forget these are high school kids. These are young men out there that have to learn just like anyone else.
Godwin with the pass out here to Chase Thomas Plummer.
Still on his
Chase
feet.
Takes it down to, we'll see where they mark it out, just at the 3-yard line. 3 or, I can't tell.
Spotting up right at
Depends.
the 2, I believe.
They're having a discussion. And it's going to be the 1.
Well, I like that even better. And it's a first down for the Tigers. First and goal at the 1.
Oh, we're going to have a holding on the Tigers.
Hold on the
That's gonna
Tigers.
be,
I did not see a flag.
I did not either, but I was watching Chase run with the ball, so.
A little bit locked on the offense. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Replay, first down.
So that's going to be 1st and 24 for the Tigers. Godwin hands off to Bradford this time.
Bradford comes through. Looks like he's going to bring that down to about the 25-yard line.
Matt, another point to bring up here is when that sun went down, it got cooler in this booth too.
Yes, it did. And I'll take the cool air. I was out working in the back of the house for a little while after school, and I had to come in and cool down before I came back up here tonight because I was going to be dripping in sweat.
Well, I went home from school and sat down in my easy chair for a while. It was cool in there.
I like what you did more than what I did. All right, Godwin in the set. Fakes the handoff, rolls out. Pass all the way back across to Richardson.
Wow,
and
look at all that
Richardson
green.
has a lot of real estate in front of him. And Eric Richardson
takes it to the house.
going to have his second touchdown of the night.
26-yard touchdown pass, Bishop Godwin to Eric Richardson. The Tigers go up 15-0 here at the 9:51 mark.
Woo. Parkview Vikings bought that rollout, hook, line, and sinker, because when Bishop fired that pass back across here to Eric Richardson, there wasn't a Viking and there was a wall of orange all the way to the goal line.
And number 15 is the holder. Correction, number 30, Eric Richardson.
All right, Richardson holds, tees it up. Kick is up, and it is good for Travis Novak.
So the Tigers tack on that extra point to make their score 16-0 in favor of Waynesville. Matt, great start for the Tigers right here for the 2021 season.
Coach, you always have high expectations, obviously, and you never know coming out for the first game. You've got an idea, hey, I think we're going to be pretty good here, or I know we've got this good player here in this position, but I don't know that you could script a better start to this game right now on either side of the ball for the Waynesville Tigers.
No, I agree with that 100%. I don't think if we could talk to Coach Haynes right now, that he wouldn't agree with that. I don't.
And it's hard to please a head coach. You know that.
Yes.
You can always find stuff better, but right now I say it's got to be going just about perfect for the Waynesville Tigers. On the offensive side, we've seen Bishop Godwin in there at quarterback. We've seen David Vernon in there at quarterback. We've seen some mix-up sets where a tailback, Eric Richardson, steps back and plays quarterback, really keeping Parkview on their or off balance on the defensive side. And right now, Coach Klutz and those defensive Tigers are not giving an inch. Mason, high short kick, going to be fielded right about the 27. Brought back out across the 30, 35, and going to be dropped about the 38-yard line here, depending on the referee's spot. And the Parkview Vikings are going to go back to work right there.
Well, the Tiger defense has to be really frustrating right now for the Parkview Vikings, because when you look at the things we saw as far as preseason with Parkview, they had a tremendous amount of their skilled players were this is their third year playing varsity football.
Right. All right, so Parkview comes up to the line, shotgun set. 5 receivers wide right now. Drop back. Pressure comes up the middle, still looking to evade him, and he's going to be dropped for a loss. It's going to be Chris Anderson sacked.
Be Stubblefield on that. Stubblefield, and I'm not sure who was with him. 2 Tigers brought him down. One of them was Evan Stubblefield.
Saw Evan this morning. Of course, the guys wearing the jerseys today in the hallways, you could tell they were fired up for the game tonight. And talking to them, and one of the things that I heard from a couple of the guys is they thought that our speed up front was quicker than Parkview, and that they were going to be able to cause some havoc with this quarterback, that he's really talented. But they thought they could get to him before he had as much room to work. And so far tonight, that's been exactly what we've seen.
And that quick pass out into the flat was dropped. That's going to be an incompletion. Keep it at 15 yards, only 3rd down this time.
Coach Rawlings, another state right here to put up on the board at halftime. Shelly Holland Taylor watching us from Oklahoma City tonight. So it's going to be about 3rd and 15 here for the Parkview Vikings. And once more, Parkview comes to the line in the same formation, 5 wide. Got to suspect a pass, and here comes that Tiger defense. A little short pass inside, but it's dropped. So it's going to be 4th and 15 for the Parkview Vikings, so look for them to punt here with 8:15 left.
It's going to bring up 4th and 15 for Parkview. Matt, I want to give a big shout-out to Coach Jay Miller from Parkview, the head track coach down at Parkview, joining us tonight on the TTSN Sports Network.
Coach Miller, a gentleman that we see a lot come springtime.
Back to return for the Tigers, number 18, Chase Thomas Plummer, and number 19.
All right, Chase Thomas Plummer, I believe, is the return man on the near side, and is that Fiame up top?
Believe it is.
It's going to be a liner punt down the middle. Plummer's going to let it go, and it's going to roll down and dead right about the 25-yard line. So the Waynesville Tigers going to take over there, and that Tiger offense right back on the field.
Want to give a shout-out to a former Waynesville Tiger joining us tonight watching, that we're not going to be able to give this same shout-out for very much longer. Kat Christek is watching us. She's going to be changing that last name here in the near future. So,
well, and a young lady that did a lot right here with this program, the video production, the incomparable Tim Wallace, the Channel 12. Kat goes way back in this program.
Tigers take over 1st and 10 from their own 25-yard line.
so the Tigers will come out. 1st and 10 from the 25.
Chase Thomas Plummer goes in motion.
There's going to be a keeper there by David Vernon.
He's going to get forward progress. I think is going to have him pretty close to the line of scrimmage before he was pushed back. Ooh.
Whoa, they gave.
That is one bad spot.
Well, they gave all that pushback.
Wow. I had him almost at the line of scrimmage before he was pushed back, and you're on the money. Pass goes out to Thomas Plummer. Thomas Plummer's still on his feet, and he's going to have the first down. No, I'm sorry, that's not Thomas Plummer. That's going to be Teagle.
Darren Teagle.
16 yards on the reception, and that's good enough for Waynesville.
I saw the 8. It wasn't 18, it was 8.
1st and 10,
It's Mr. Darren Teagle on that reception, fights forward and picks up the first down for the Waynesville Tigers. Vernon in the shotgun set. Bradford goes in motion. Vernon passes out here, going to be a little low. They're going to call that incomplete. Yeah. Pass intended for number 12, Isaac Millay. All right, with the incomplete pass, that's going to bring up 2nd and 10. Coach, just a few ticks over 7 minutes left here in the first half. Your Waynesville Tigers is currently on top, 16-0. Coming in motion, ball snapped high.
And I believe
David jumped right back on it, I believe.
Yeah, David got back on top of that ball. So that's going to bring up a 3rd down and about 17.
Yeah, maybe? I'm going to say that's a good 3rd and 17. Aussie checking into the game for the Waynesville Tigers. 3rd and long. Looks like the Tigers are going to go pass play here as they go 4 receivers out wide. Bradford in the backfield with Vernon. Vernon rolls out to his right, looking for some space, looking for a receiver down the field. Now Vernon's going to take off and run it. And Vernon's going to be dropped right about the 30-yard line.
Nice job by the Parkview Viking defensive backs right there on coverage. Damon really had nowhere to go with that ball off that rollout. That's going to bring up a 4th and about 18 or 19 for the Tigers.
Yeah, it's going to be 4th and long. Tigers going to punt here. Well.
We're going to get a timeout from Parkview here as the Tigers come out and lined up.
Lined up to go for it right there. And that definitely caught Parkview. It caught me a little bit off guard, but it caught Parkview way off guard.
So 5:51 left here in the second quarter. Tigers up 16-0.
Coach, looks like we're being joined tonight. Another family that bleeds black and orange. The Burnham family here in Western Waynesville. Julian pole vaulted for us a long time ago. Megan graduated a couple years ago. I think we've got one more coming. Miss Leela coming at some point. All right, interested to see how do the Tigers come out? Do we come back out to go for it here? I think officially, it looks like we are. Officially, it's a 4th and 19 right here.
Are we set up and we're going to rotate out of this? Let's see what happens.
And it looks like it's
going to be a little quick kick here by Richardson, I believe. Real high.
Whoop. And the Tigers are down it at the 35.
Oh, Parkview Vikings will take over. 5:40 left here in quarter 2 at the 35-yard line. We get to see that Tiger defense back on the field.
Timeout on the field. Water break.
Coach, right there, we talked about it. That's the first series that I'd say things haven't gone the Tigers' way here tonight. As Parkview was able to plug some holes right there and make some nice stops, force the Tigers to punt. First punt of the night for the Tigers. And as you said, that defense is going to get right back on the field. And, boy, there has not been an inch to be had for that Parkview offense right now. Coach, a longtime wrestler, assistant coach at one point, Mr. Todd Magoon. Check it in on the Tiger Facebook feed tonight. right, so here comes Parkview to the line, Coach, and it looks to be more of what we've seen all night long, spreading those 4 receivers wide, tailback in there with the quarterback. But, boy, that tailback's had to come up and try and block a lot tonight. As that pass is going to be complete. Still on his feet, looking for room all the way across the field on the right-hand side. Going to get that ball all the way out to about the 50. I believe that was number 12, David Logan. Or was it 2, Shane Glass?
I believe that. I believe it was number 2.
And see, I'm sorry for double guessing you. I saw you go straight to Shane Glass's name. I thought I saw 12. That yellow is hard to see
the
on the back
yellow on
of
those white jerseys is really difficult to see up here.
But since the sun went down, we can see that white on the orange jerseys really good.
Yes, we can. It is very clear.
All right, so that complete pass gets them just across into Waynesville Tiger territory. This time the quarterback's going to keep it. He's going to spill forward for about 12. So back-to-back first downs here for the Parkview Vikings.
Matt, really the first really offensive movement we've seen by the Vikings tonight.
Well, and I was trying to think back through, and I'm not doing a good job of keeping my stats here on my scratch paper, but I was trying to think. I don't believe that until this series, I do not believe the Parkview Vikings have had a first down or have earned a first down.
I believe that is correct.
And Coach, that's darn near another one right there.
That's going to be
Harris. I believe on the carry, and it is, Coach. That's going to be another first down. That's going to be 3 first downs in a row. As the Parkview Vikings are on the move, ball sits right at the 26-yard line, and I know Parkview would like nothing more right now to punch this ball in here and get on the board before halftime. Quarterback comes up underneath. Rolls out. He's got a Tiger coming. He escapes one, and now there's a bunch.
And that's got to be grounding. He threw that ball toward a lineman. The officials are going to talk about it.
There was a player in the area, but with him being an ineligible receiver, Coach Haynes is asking the same question that we're asking right now. Coach Haynes about 5 yards out onto the field wanting to understand what's going on. And there's the flag. The Tigers getting a sideline warning.
Well, it almost appeared that the official said the ball was tipped.
Oh, and
originally,
right?
But that was the hand signal. It appeared he might have been, but I think he just needed to come over and let Coach know why that was that way.
And it looks like he's going to get the explanation now.
I don't think he's going to like it.
Sideline warning to the Waynesville Tigers due to the ban.
Well, now Parkview wants an explanation. Everybody just trying to understand, Coach Rawlings.
Well, could they give us an explanation?
No. You got to be down there.
So tonight we really miss the TTSN rules interpreter, Gary
Schultz. Saw Coach Schultz posting his Back to School magazine he had the other day.
I think Coach Schultz forgot I was in school. He tried to call me the other day during school.
Coach, we're still.
Or he might have just been reminding me that he wasn't.
Now, okay.
I don't think anything was called there except the sideline warning. It's going to bring up 2nd and 10 for Parkview.
After the penalty, it's 2nd and 10 for the Vikings.
As Parkview goes right over the top, and that's going to be a touchdown. Touchdown pass. That's going to be number 11, Chris Anderson on the reception. And the Parkview Vikings are going to get on the scoreboard at the 4:18 mark here in the second quarter.
It's Parkview 6, Waynesville 16.
All right, so with that, it's going to trim the lead to 10 with the extra point upcoming. If we're kicking the extra point, Parkview's going to huddle up here. They may be going for 2 with the Tigers at 16.
Well, right. It would make sense for them to go for 2 here.
Trying to cut the lead in half right here is, boy, Parkview stretches that field wide when they go that 4 receivers.
Quarterback
Fake the
keeper.
handoff inside, and it's
He's
going to be
gonna-
quarterback keeper in.
He's going to take it in. That's number 1, Caden Burks. And Parkview Vikings cut the Tiger lead to 16-8 with 4:18 left here in the second quarter. Matt, while we got a second, give a big shout out to head swim coach Nikki Stone. She's joined us on the broadcast, said she loves listening. She needs to come up here and visit. Well, you're right, Coach Stone. You need to come up and visit us
Well,
here in the
it-
TTS.
And especially if you're sitting out there in that heat.
It's cooler
It's
up
nice
there.
and cool in here.
Matt, temperature dropped all the way down to 88 out there.
Woo!
That's why we see people putting coats on, I believe.
No, I don't see anybody putting on a coat, Coach Rollins. All right, well, Parkview trims the lead in half right here in a first half, which has been absolutely dominated by the Waynesville Tigers. The Parkview Vikings have to feel real good about coming down the field and picking up 8 right there. Know that Coach Haynes is down there talking to the guys. I know he'd love nothing more than to get that touchdown. As we've still got 4:18.
Yeah, we got a lot of time left here in the first half.
Coach would like to get that touchdown right back. And are we going to get another hydration break here? Referees.
I believe maybe that's what we're doing here. Nope, we're getting looks like we're getting a timeout from the Tigers.
Timeout Tigers.
Timeout, Waynesville. The Tigers have 2 timeouts remaining.
Coach Haynes down in the middle, animated as ever. Setting up the return package here.
Well, it's one of those situations. You've stopped Parkview all night long. They just had that drive. Really three nice explosive plays on that
Right.
drive. You just get everybody's head back together and go. We'll get back to business and what we were doing.
Is that Isaac Millay going back deep for the Tigers right there? Tigers just going to send one man back deep.
Tigers, number 12, Isaac Millay.
Coach Haynes keeping that second wave a little bit close to that line. Almost looks like Coach Haynes might be suspecting that onside kick right here from the Parkview Vikings.
And I'm going to be honest, man, ain't nothing better than a good old onside kick.
I want to see Millay catch it and have a little yardage in front of him, see just how fast Mr. Millay could get to the other end.
I'd like to see that too.
So it's going to be a bouncer.
Well, we got a flag, and I'm going to guess Parkview offsides.
Yeah, that's my guess. Because the whistle, I could hear the whistle immediately as the ball was kicked. So I'm guessing it had to be offside. So we're going to back it up 5 yards, and we're going to re-kick. So Mr. Millay's going to come down the field 5 yards closer.
Offsides on the kicking team.
And, as we talked about Isaac earlier, last year as a freshman, All-State on the 4x2 relay team, Isaac definitely has some wheels back there if he can get the ball and get a little bit of open ground.
So Parkview's going to tee it up at the 35, and we're going to re-kick and do this all over again. Still going to be a little bouncer down the middle.
Oh, gets past
Gets
Isaac.
past Malay. Picks it up. Stumbles.
And he stumbles, and he's going to be down at about the
15, I believe. Yeah, it's that high school rule. If your knee goes down at any point, that ball is immediately dead. So that ball is going to be down at the 15-yard line. So the Tigers are going to have 85 yards of real estate in front of them, 4:16 on the clock to do it.
I believe the official came back and adjusted that ball back about 2 inches from where it was spotted.
Well, Coach, you got to be precise. Tigers pack it in here. Got the one receiver, or actually, are those trips bunched up there?
Yeah,
there are trips up to the top.
Godwin's going to hand that ball off to.
We're going to see here shortly.
Yes, we are. Eric Richardson.
Eric Richardson up the middle.
That was going to be my guess, but happened so fast we didn't catch that number.
Well, in the Tigers are really rotating that backfield around tonight. We've seen 3 or 4 guys in the running back. We've seen 3 different guys step in and play quarterback at times tonight. Really keeping the Parkview Vikings on their toes defensively. This time, Chase Thomas Plummer comes in motion. Fakes
Bradford
it.
Up the middle.
Bradford up the middle. Bradford still on his feet.
Still on his feet.
Still moving.
Still going. He's going to get a first down. Pick up about 12 on that run.
Vander, I think, about the 36 was when the first Viking had their hands on him. Bradford goes another 5 yards, dragging several Vikings by the time
Pretty
they
much
actually
the entire
stopped him.
defense at that point. 1st and 10 for the Tigers out at the 36-yard line.
Still plenty of time as we're just under 4 minutes.
Godwin lines up at quarterback here.
Tigers go 2 receivers wide out to the top. Turn, gives to Aussie this time coming up the middle. He's on his feet. He's going to get forward, pick up probably about 2 yards on the carry. They're going to give him a pretty good spot. They're going to say he gets 3. So that's going to bring up 2nd and 7 here for the Waynesville Tigers. Bishop Godwin, I believe. No.
Got a little different formation here. I'm not sure Eddie Vander's not lined up at quarterback here.
Well, I think it's Eben Stubblefield was in there in the quarterback position. The direct snap does come to Bradford. Bradford's going to bring it all the way out right to the 50-yard line. Going to be the first down. But, Coach, that's the first time I've seen Stubblefield in there. In the quarterback position. Now, Stubblefield.
Right.
We've called his name several times as he's taking down the Parkview Vikings quarterback. But that's the first time I've seen Stubblefield in there in the quarterback position, and Stubblefield stays on the field. Coach, this has got to be frustrating for the Parkview Vikings because I can hardly keep up.
Again, I believe Bradford's lined up at quarterback here. High snap. Nice job by Vander to get that ball.
Bradford just keeps those wheels moving and picks up another 17.
Well, Vander's able to hit that hole with the head of steam right there, Matt. And he is a large human being coming through there to try to bring down.
Well, as you say exactly, Vander's a large human being that I wouldn't want to try and take down standing from a standstill start. Vander with a head of speed. I'm getting out of the way.
Richardson lined up at quarterback this time.
Chase Thomas Plummer comes in motion. Richardson.
There's a flag down on the play too, Matt. Back here on the backfield of the Tigers. We're going to get I believe, an illegal motion penalty on an illegal motion penalty on the Tigers. So that'll move the ball back 5, bring up a 1st and 15. 1:49 left here in the first half action.
All right, Tigers go 4 wide. It looks like Aussie and Teagle are going to be the 2 wide to the top of the screen. I believe this is Thomas Plummer on the near side. As Aussie comes in motion, fakes the handoff.
Richardson, lots of room for Eric Richardson. He's going to get a first down and take it just over the 20-yard
Just over the 20. And the clock will stop as the chain's set. Coach, is there anything better than Waynesville Tiger football right here on a Friday night? This makes it feel like fall, like school, like
normal.
Life's back to normal.
Like sort of normal.
Last night I could hear, lived just on the edge of West Waynesville here, and on at night, if the wind's just right or maybe a little humidity, you can hear the band practicing up here. Jim Stockman up here, you could hear him practicing last night. Just makes everything seem a little bit more lifelike normal.
Hand off to Richardson up the middle that time. He's going to pick up a couple, I believe.
As we get an update here, Mr. Alan Hilliard checking in with us right now. Rolla on top at Bolivar right now, 21-14.
Lebanon up on Hillcrest, 27-0. Still in first quarter action. Camden up on Kickapoo 8-0 in the second quarter. That Camden-Kickapoo game's huge game to start the year off with in the Ozark Conference.
Bradford looking for space over here, pushing. He's going to be down inside the 10. Going to be another first down for the Tigers.
We're going to get a timeout at the 33-second mark. You know, Matt, we're another score we've got. The Glendale Falcons were unable to play this week due to some COVID breakouts down there with Glendale. They were scheduled to play West Plains. West Plains finds out about this, I believe, late Wednesday. That game's not going to happen. They start scrambling for an opponent. West Plains is up on Center Hill, Mississippi, down in Zizzerland. They're up on them 13-0.
And you sent that this morning, and I almost thought you were joking for a minute, and I quickly confirmed you were being serious. I had to look up where Center Hill, Mississippi is. And now if Center Hill High School is from the town of Center Hill, Mississippi, that's all the way across the state on the Alabama border.
And I did not look up where they were from, so it very well could be. I know that, and this is something we saw last year a lot, but we had multiple Missouri schools, doing this, and you were able to pick up some opponents, and we saw some really strange matchups last year. And I know West Plains was scrambling because there wasn't anybody to play because nobody else was out, which is a good thing.
A good thing, yes, absolutely. All right, Chase Thomas Plummer comes in motion across the formation.
Godwin with the pass.
And touchdown! Coach, I knew it was going to be close. He laid out, kept those feet in bounds.
Marion Fiame on the catch there from Bishop.
Woo!
And the Tigers get a touchdown here at the 27-second mark in quarter number 2 to go back up 22-8.
Coach, that's a great play on both ends. That's a tough pass to drop right over the defender. and Fiame had to stretch, feet inbounds, arms out of bounds. Wow, what a throw and what a catch.
And it was a nice answer to that Parkview drive going in at halftime. You took any of that Parkview Viking momentum away, and the extra point's good, 23 to 8.
Novak drills that extra point high and good. Coach, we said down here earlier it might be long for a field goal. The way Novak drilled that extra point, he may be good from a ways out.
So the Tigers will be kicking off here. It'll be real interesting to see how the Parkview Vikings play this once they get on offense.
Well, as you said, Parkview had some success on that last drive. First time all night long they've had any success against that Waynesville defense, but they did take some time to get down the field. And right now with 27 seconds, it's going to be awful hard, I would think, right now. Big touchdown to get those points back right there by the Waynesville Tigers. Hopefully take that 2-touchdown lead into the locker room right here. Come out ready to start scrapping again in the second half. As Coach, I can already see him across the way right there. Coach, Mr. Jim Stockman and the Tiger Pride Marching Band over there, they're ready. I know they were practicing last night. I could hear them at my house.
And we're going to have, I believe, an offside by Waynesville there on that squib kick. We want to send a big shout out to Coach Hollywood, Joe Haynes, his brother, Barry, who's watching us from Greensboro, North Carolina.
Oh, right here we go. North Carolina needs a pin in the map.
Olive Branch, Mississippi is where Chris Morgan is at. Now I would love if Barry could check in with us because I'm really curious if they called Coach Haynes Hollywood while he was growing up.
And I'm sure he would know.
He would know.
Has he always been called Hollywood?
Has he always been Hollywood Coach Haynes?
Well, they probably didn't call him Coach when he was little, but they probably just Hollywood.
Just Hollywood. And, Barry, if you'd do me a favor at some point, if you just call him Hollywood when he's least expecting it. I'm sure I'll hear about it at school later on, and it will give me a good laugh. I will tell you that.
Well, that's what he's always been to us. In fact, this morning he was in there in the athletic office as I was taking the kids to get on the bus, and I said, Hollywood, what do we got tonight? And that's when I got word that there might be a little trickery in the offensive setup, and boy, have we ever seen it here. Coach, a name we've called a lot over the couple of years, checking in from all the way down in Arizona, Miguel Rivas, loyal viewer here on the TTSN Sports Network.
So Parkview's going to go back to pass here. The Tigers are going to – whoa, that ball's on the ground.
And the Tigers have it.
So in 19 seconds, the Tigers are going to get another shot to put some points on the board.
Well, I like that even better than going in up what we are.
Tigers with one timeout here.
And look at the first man on the Evander Bradford's ready to go. He's on the ball, ready to go. That turnover, Evander went straight for the ball. Let's go. Let's get on it and go right now.
So 19 seconds, big turnover there by the Tiger defense. Damon Vernon is lined up next to Eric Richardson in the backfield here.
19 seconds on the clock right here. Tigers do still have a timeout.
And that ball's, well, I don't know if that's going to be an incomplete pass.
Well, I think it's got to be. It came out of his hand.
I would think so. But we've got – they're going to rule that a fumble and give it back to Parkview. Wow, I agree with that. The only reason I was concerned was because of the reaction of the officials on that, because I thought it was clear David was coming forward with the ball.
Well, it came out of his hand moving forward. Looked like his arm got hit as he was coming forward, but that ball was clearly coming forward. Wow. All
Okay,
right.
back up. We've got a correction from Chris Morgan. He's not in Mississippi.
So I have to take that pin out.
He was telling us where Center Hill was, just outside of Memphis. Is where
Oh,
it is.
okay.
Olive Branch, Mississippi. Thank you, Chris.
So that's going to make it a more reasonable drive.
That does make more sense. And I was afraid Chris got confused and drove down to Mississippi, watched the game, but he's watching out in West Waynesville.
That's still to West Plains, because you got to figure Memphis about 5 hours from here, about 2 to West Plains. So it's got to still be about a 3-hour drive for them.
Not on a bus. It'd be more than that.
Well, but down that direction, they got a lot more straight roads.
Still a pretty good haul to come
Oh,
play
absolutely.
high school football
Absolutely.
against the team in another state on a 2-day notice.
Adam Wright checking in from El Paso, Texas.
This is one of my favorite things when you see how we got people all over this great land watching Tiger football.
And, woo.
On the carry for the Parkview Vikings, number 1.
We're gonna get a timeout.
Well, that was interesting. The quarterback took that back and almost acted like he was going to take a knee. Hey,
Well,
just kneel on it, take a knee, and go to the locker room, and then took off running right there.
So 4 seconds left. Parkview's going to have time to run one more play.
Coach, Frederick, Maryland. And, Coach, we look at our loyal viewers. Look at this, 3:29. So 3.5. That's a long time on a bus.
Coach, you get to my age, it's a long time on a bus, go to Lebanon.
Well, if I have the choice, I'd rather drive to Lebanon than Center Hill, Mississippi.
So we're going to get an
And they are going to kneel on it now.
And that's going to bring us to the end of the first half of game number 1 here in the 2021 Tiger football season, with the Tigers up 23-8. Folks, we're going to give everybody a break. We want you to stay tuned in as the Waynesville Tiger Marching Band, under the direction of Jim Stockman, will be performing at halftime, and we'll be back in 20 minutes for second half Tiger football action.
Tiger fans, please sit back and enjoy the 2021 Tiger Pride Marching Band halftime performance. The Waynesville Tiger Pride Marching Band invites you to join Dorothy, the Scarecrow, the Tin Man, the Cowardly Lion, and Toto as they journey along the Yellow Brick Road to the Emerald City to see the Wizard. On their journey, they will encounter several setbacks, to include the Wicked Witch and her crew. You will hear several familiar classic tunes, as well as Skylar Gray's song, Coming Home, and the well-known Somewhere Over the Rainbow from The Wizard of Oz. Tonight, you will hear excerpts from their 2021 show, The Long Road Home. Drum majors, is your band ready? You may take the field for your halftime performance. The band is under the direction of Jim Stockman, Jared Sabatasso, Nathan Gargis, and Andrew Tiefenbraun. The color guard is under the direction of Melanie Francher. Additional assistance is provided by Laura Smith. Let's hear it again for the Waynesville Tiger Pride Marching Band. Toscano, please report to the press box. band. And this time, we're gonna get funky. Funky. Everybody clap your hands. Clap, clap, clap your hands. Clap, 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 clap your hands. All right, now, we're gonna do the basic step. To the left. Take it back now, y'all. One hop this time. Right foot, left stomp. Left foot, left stomp. Cha-cha, real smooth. Turn it out. To the left. Take it back now, y'all. One hop this time. Right foot, left stomp. Left foot, left stomp. Cha-cha now, y'all. Now it's time to get funky. To the right now. To the left. Take it back now, y'all. One hop this time. One hop this time. Right foot, 2 stumps. Left foot, 2 stumps. Slide to the left. Slide to the right. Crisscross. Crisscross. Cha-cha, real smooth. Let's go to work.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back for second half action here from Tiger Stadium with the Tigers up 23-8 over the Parkview Vikings. Matt, great first half to kick off the season for our Waynesville Tigers.
Well, Coach, other than one drive for the Parkview Vikings, I think the Tigers got to be, that ball's loose. I think the Parkview Vikings got back on that one, Coach, but not by much. Holy cow, that would have been a great way to start. But that first half was about as good as you could script it, other than the one series where Parkview got good field position, went down and punched that touchdown in at the time to cut the lead in half. The first half was really in hand for the Waynesville Tigers.
It was, and a huge, huge touchdown late in that first half for the Tigers to answer Parkview to take that momentum away going into the locker room at half.
Parkview Vikings are going to come out and start with the ball here. They come back to the line in that same formation we've seen all night long. 4 wide, 2 up top, 2 down low. Quarterback in the backfield. Quick pass, let go. Going to be short of the intended target. And Coach, I think the intended receiver on that one's going to be Chris Anderson. Just kind of threw it behind him right there. But what we've seen tonight is when Caden Burks, number 1 in the quarterback position back there, if he can get into open territory, he is a nimble young man, and he's definitely dangerous, and he's going to pick up some yards. The Tiger, got to credit the Tiger defense as a whole, but especially those front 4, those front 5, they have kept him contained all night long.
Well, and we watched. Here's the key. When he has some time to do something, but that Tiger defense is not giving him much time tonight.
No. As time goes back, gives the handoff, and I'm not even going to guess at the number. We'll wait here and try and take a gander, Coach.
Number 8.
That's going to be Cameron Harris. Harris is going to get it forward, pick up.
They're going to be looks like it's going to be about 3rd and 1.
3rd and 1, 3rd and 2 maybe.
I think we're going to be a lot closer to 3rd and 1.
Comes to the line in the shotgun set. Fakes the handoff. He's going to keep it himself, and he's going to be dropped. Evan Stubblefield. Woo! Caden Burks faked that handoff, and about the time he went to pull that back into his body, Evan Stubblefield was there to greet him. And he's going to lose about 2, maybe 3 on the play.
Parkview's going to have about a 4th and a long 3. It looks like their punt team's coming out. You're in a position on the field you'd really like to go for it, but boy, if you don't make it right here, the Tigers are knocking at the door.
Well, and I don't think you can give up that short field right now. You got to think Parkview still feels that they're in it at this point, and if you give up a short field to the Tigers right here, it's going to make it awful hard. Kick down the field. It's going to be fielded there by the Tigers.
Chase Thomas Plummer, he's got some room.
40, 45, 50. Going to be out of bounds right about the 47-yard line of the Parkview Vikings.
Nice return by Chase Thomas Plummer.
Woo!
He gets the ball back into Parkview territory.
Nice return right there. So the Tigers going to take over in Viking territory.
And that's where you've got to believe now that with that return, now you got to think Parkview's coaching staff is probably thinking, well, we wouldn't if we'd have went for it and hadn't got it. We don't give up too much. Chase,
no, just about 10 yards.
Nice return.
So the offense over here, as they take the field, Coach Haynes calling it out. And it looks like we're going to see that Wildcat, Evan Stubblefield and Evander Bradford. Elton Bradford's name we used to call quite a bit.
Yes, we did.
Evander still on his feet at the 45.
He's going to be.
And it's going to take 6 of them to do it, but they're going to push him back.
They don't ever get him down. You're going to pick up 3 yards.
Yeah, forward progress. He had a nice little pickup before they brought 6 guys to push him back. Sean Myers cheering on our Tigers from the St. Robert Fire Department tonight. Tuned in over there watching the Tigers.
Nice. The snap was high. A great job by Vander to bring that in.
And it just, wow, how easy he made that look to reach back, grab it, just kind of tuck it away as he just kept going.
Because the way that came back, if that hits his fingertips instead, it might have went 10 more yards backwards.
Vander going to come over and get a well-earned breath right there. So it looks like is Richardson in the Wildcat this time. Richardson's going to take it, looking for space on the right-hand side. On his feet, going to be pushed out of bounds. Looks near the 30.
Second and 2, 8-yard carry there by Richardson.
And they do spot that up right dead center of the 30-yard line. And it looks like the Tigers going to keep the Wildcat moving here. Evan Stubblefield in there and Eric Richardson behind, I believe. Well, no, is that David Vernon now going up under? Coach, we've got so much going on.
No, Richardson's in the quarterback spot. Explodes through that hole on the right side
yes,
of
he does.
Tiger offensive line.
He's going to pick up 10 more yards, and they're going to, 11 more yards as they're going to push it down inside the 20. You're going to spot it all the way down at the 18, so the Tigers 1st and 10 right there.
That's going to be Chase
Thomas Plummer on the carry. A little quick pitch from Vernon in the backfield. Chase going to pick up a couple yards, looks like. Get that down to about the 16-yard line. And they are going to spot it up at the 16, so a couple on the play for Chase. Vernon in the backfield this time in the quarterback spot. Passes it out. Passes complete. I believe that's Fiame. He's got it. Going to be pushed out of bounds. Coach, he's going to be close. Right about the 10.
It's going to depend on the mark.
Thomas is going to be the guy that pushed him out for Parkview, but it's going to – yeah, they're going to spot it right at the 10, so it's going to be 3rd and short. Let's call it 3rd and 2 here for the Tigers. Ball sits at the 10-yard line. Aussie going to be in the backfield behind Vernon this time. Tigers bunch trip receivers up to the top, have the one lone wide out down here to the bottom. Receiver comes in motion. I believe that's Plummer.
Going to be Aussie on the carry, and he's going to take it to the house.
Yes, he is. And touchdown, Waynesville Tigers.
Well, that makes it 29-8. 7:58 left here in the 3rd quarter.
All right, Richardson to hold.
Oh, it's going to be off the upright. And, extra point's going to be no good.
No
so that's
good
going
on
to
that
keep
one.
the score at 29-8. The Tigers will be kicking off with 7:58 left here in the 3rd quarter. Tigers with a nice defensive stop and then a nice strike on offense. Matt, we'll look around look around the Ozark Conference, see what we got on. Late second quarter score from up in Bolivar, Rolla 27, Bolivar 14. Halftime score, Camdenton 8, Kickapoo 3. Halftime score from Springfield is Lebanon is up 42-0 over Hillcrest. And the West Plains Scissors are up late second quarter 19-0 over Center Hill, Mississippi.
Which is 3 hours and 29 minutes from West Plains.
Wonder what their mascot is.
Well, I bet you we can look at that information.
Comets? Center Hill Comets?
Oh, that flows. I don't know if that's it, but Center Hill High School. See, before cellular phones, we had to wonder about stuff like this, Coach Rawlings.
I bet they're not the Scissors. That kick goes down the right side, and it's going to go out of bounds. So we see the flag on the far side. Parkview will be taking over, I believe. Is it on the 40 or the 35? Man, it's been a year since we've done this.
Coach, I'm still working to confirm, but I'm going to say it's a Bronco or
I bet
a
it's
Mustang.
We've already got Mustang coming in over the.
Okay, well,
phone.
I found the logo. I hadn't got that, but it appeared to be a horse of
Laura,
some flavor.
thank you for that. You beat Coach Johnson in finding out the mascot there. Center Hill Mustangs. We may never talk about Center Hill High School, Mississippi again in our life after tonight.
No, probably not. Olive Branch, Mississippi is the town that school is located in. Evans Stubblefield.
Stop that run in the backfield.
Mr. Stubblefield's getting his name called a lot up there on defense tonight. That young man is in the backfield as quick as the ball is, it seems like, on about every other play. All right, so that'll bring up 2nd and 12. Ball sitting right at the 33-yard line. Parkview comes to the line, same set. Caden Burke's in the backfield. This time he's going to air it out just over the outstretched arms of the intended receiver on the play. Shane Glass, number 2, that intended target, and going to go high and out of bounds. So that's going to make it 3rd and 12 here for the Parkview Vikings. Woo, they're firing up the fans here, Coach Rollins. And Coach, we've got a great crowd. I know I think we neglected to talk about that here as we've got going.
We do have a nice crowd here on opening night.
We have got a great crowd for opening night coming out in the heat.
We have a long pass.
Oh, going up, that play's going to be broken up. Almost picked off right there by the Tigers.
Washington on the coverage.
Darian got back. I thought he might be in a position to get that, and all of a sudden the wide receiver had to become the defender.
Yes, that's exactly what happened on that play, Matt. Fiame and Chase Thomas Plummer back for the Tigers to return this punt.
Fiame's going to be the near man. Thomas Plummer to the top. High snap
over the kicker's head.
Trouble coming. Punter going to be thrown out of bounds right about the 35-yard line, and the Waynesville Tigers going to take over right there. I thought once the punter got back control, I thought he might be able to get a quick kickoff right there, but he tucks it to go with it and going to get thrown out of bounds.
That's a young gentleman running for his life right back there.
Well, I don't blame him. You look at some of these Waynesville Tigers coming after him. I'd be running for my life as well.
I'm not going to stop and try to kick at that point, I don't think.
Well, I was just thinking if you could kick it real fast, they'd stop running at you. As long as you're holding on to that ball, they're going to keep coming, Coach Rawlings.
I don't think stopping back there and kicking was on that young man's mind.
Coach, the fans are pounding and clapping. It's fired up right now at Tiger Stadium.
Coach Haynes sends his offense back on the field in great field position.
All right, and Parkview returns to the same formation here.
Richardson back at quarterback.
Defensively, Richardson's going to tuck it, and he's going to go. He's going to push forward down to, looks like about the 27-yard line maybe, depending on the spot. Oh, it looks like we've got a Parkview Viking down here. Stretching those legs out, got to make you wonder if that's not a cramp right now. And as hot and humid as it is out there tonight.
Still 82 degrees here in Waynesville, Missouri.
Know we're doing those hydration breaks, but it's got to be hard to avoid the cramps as you think about how much effort and speed these guys are putting on in that field. They just have to be sweating buckets of water out there tonight.
It'll be Carl Thomas.
We're going to grab him and help him off there. Hope that young man is okay.
Caden Burks just picks him up and carries him off.
Oh! Until they both go down. Coach Rawlings, if I fall down, don't pick me up and carry me.
I won't. We'll have Coach Black do that.
Now, Coach Black, I'm pretty sure he could pick us both up and carry us. Quick pass to the outside for the Waynesville Tigers. Just down 5-yard line.
Jonathan Hedrick on the reception.
Oh, and we've got a penalty flag at the end of the play. Well, I thought Jonathan made it down to about the 5. They're spotting him about the 8, pending the penalty here.
Personal foul against Parkview. That's going to move it down another 4 yards.
Yeah, half the distance to the goal, automatic first down. So that's going to set the Tigers up first and goal at the 4-yard line. Coach, that's going to be Bishop Godwin in at quarterback with Aussie in the tailback position. Tigers going to go 3 receivers, 2 to the bottom, 1 to the top. Thomas Plummer in motion. Handoff goes to Aussie, and he's right back in for his second touchdown of the night.
And the Tigers extend that lead to 35-8. We do have a flag on the penalty, or flag on the play, I'm sorry. It appears it's going to be against Parkview.
Going to be defensive holding against the Vikings, so
decline that.
Tigers decline that and put the points on the board. Referee coming over to clarify, but Not exactly sure of the conversation there.
No, I'm not either.
I think that'd be a pretty easy one that, hey, do you want the touchdown or the penalty? I think we'll take the touchdown. Travis Novak on to attempt the extra point. Eric Richardson, number 30, in on the hold. Quick little exchange right there.
A lot of changing going on here for the Tigers.
It's going to be Mason McDonald joining there late on the block. Snaps back, holds down. The kick's going to be low.
I believe it.
Gotta think Parkview got a hand on that one.
So 35-8 here, 6:25 left in quarter number 3, and Tigers with a really nice lead here over the Parkview Vikings.
Well, and Coach, we're late third quarter, but sometimes we get late joiners here. If you're watching the Tigers from anywhere in the world, Coach Rawlings, we've got an international map back here. We've got our U.S. map. Let us know where you're watching from tonight if you haven't. We can throw a few more pins in. I think we got 12 different states, if I counted correctly, there during the first half.
Yeah, we want to know where you're out there watching from. That is definitely for sure.
It's the quest for 50, Coach Rawlings. We got to get all 50 states before football season's over.
I thought we did all 50 before sports season was over. If we do it for football, that'd be amazing.
I don't want to aim low. Let's aim high. Let's get all 50 by the time
before
football.
The night's over.
Ooh, Coach.
Well, you said high. Let's go for it.
All right. Coach Rawlings wants to aim real high.
What? So if you got friends in other states.
You need to wake them up, have them check in real quick. Coach, we need to go back through the records. I wonder if there's ever been a state that we have not had a check-in from at some point during the season. I bet you Tim Wallace has the records on something like that.
Parkview with a nice return right here.
Still on his feet as he crosses the 30, 40, going to be pushed out of bounds about the 41, 42-yard line. So the Parkview Vikings
Anderson on that return.
Going to start off with pretty good field position here. 6:14 left to play in the third quarter.
Well, all of those records are kept in the TTSN prize vault back in that right corner.
Where all the books and the spiral-bound notebooks and those things. I figured that's.
Well, when you go back, I mean, I've only been in there and looked at stuff a couple times. You go back into the spiral notebooks and stuff where Jim Matthews was keeping notes way back in the day.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Well, and it's so hard. I mean, I know there's the COVID protocols and everything, but just the security alone that's required to get into that prize vault, what, a day's worth of paperwork just to get in there for 5 minutes.
Well, Officer Lopez is in charge of that, and it's you know.
Well, and I understand.
Yes, I mean, he is not just letting anybody in that prize vault.
Well, I understand that, and I understand the general public doesn't just show up at the high school and go, boy, I'd like to take a tour of that prize vault. But you and me have been here long enough that I think we've earned a little trust. All right, snap back. Quarterback's going to go deep down the field. He's got a receiver, but overthrows him right there. Fiame closing, but it looked like a little miscommunication maybe there on coverage for the Tigers. And, boy, Parkview has to be kicking themselves on that one. That's about as open as they've had a receiver all night long, as the Tiger defense has done a fantastic job of just not giving him anything to look at down the field. Burks has been diving for his life and not having much to look at down there tonight. And, boy, they had an opportunity right there.
So 2nd and 10 for Parkview. after the incomplete pass.
In motion, a little give and go, but
Nice
immediately
open
wrapped
field
up.
Tackle.
Who else?
Evan
Evan
Stubblefield.
Stubblefield in the backfield, wreaking havoc against these Parkview Vikings. Going to be dropped for about an 7-yard loss.
7-yard loss there. 3rd and 17.
Boy, in that front lines, you see Evan down there. He's hopping and bouncing. He's ready to go again. He's ready to go get another one. Parkview changes it up. They're going to go 4 receivers up top. Man in motion comes in. That's 2 receivers in motion. We're going to get a timeout.
Yeah.
Lucky they didn't get the penalty there.
So, Parkview's going to talk this over. That will leave them with 2 timeouts here in the second half. As you see Coach Klutz down there and his defensive staff talking to the Tiger defense.
Evan's still excited, ready to go, Coach.
He is ready to roll down there.
Evan has had a huge game for the Waynesville Tiger defense tonight. And he is fired up. It's kind of like in the first half there when the Parkview Vikings turned the ball over. Vander Bradford immediately on the ball. Let's go. It's time to go. Our guys are rocking and rolling, having a good time, having a lot of success, and they're ready to go. Coach, another state.
South Carolina, Jim and Loretta Carson, a couple of lifelong Tigers here. Jim and Loretta were here when I got here years ago, watching us from South Carolina.
Ooh, here comes Aussie.
Aussie comes in.
Somehow able to get that pass away.
Yes, that's definitely right, because Tal Aussie was zeroed in right there on the quarterback.
I don't know if Birch just saw his life pass before his eyes, but I did. He was coming on a line. Somehow Birch gets the pass away. Incomplete, so that's going to bring up 4th and 17. Parkview back to punt. Looks like Chase Thomas Plummer going to be on the near side. No, I'm sorry, Fiame on the near side, Chase Thomas Plummer up to the top. Gets a little better snap back to the punter this time.
It bounces off Chase, but the Tigers are going to fall on the ball there. Darian Washington, very alert, jumps on the football.
That was kind of a sinking liner right there. As Chase tried to come forward, doesn't quite get his hands on it, and Darian does the smart thing, falls on top of that. So the Tigers are going to start at their own 47-yard line there, 46-yard line. And the offense goes back to work.
Play clock's down to 10. The offense
Going to have to get out there quick.
Coach Haynes
and we're going to get a timeout.
Yeah, he's going to take a timeout.
It'll be the first timeout used by the Waynesville Tigers here in the second half. So that stops the clock at 4:49. Tigers holding on to a 35-8 lead right now over the Parkview Vikings, Coach. What a night to come out and start the football season.
Matt, we could have got ourselves in trouble here, but we're going to take care of this right now. Big shout out to a young lady who just finished her first day of her junior year at Drury University. And since we did a shout out to her sister, she wanted one too. So big shout out to Grace Christek.
I was going to say, can't be anyone other than Grace Christek. Another longtime TTSN worker here. See the Tiger cheerleaders down there, down front, fired up and keeping the crowd going. No, I see. Right, I'm seeing them here. Is the offense back on the field? All right, snap's going to come back to Richardson. Richardson looks like he's going to take it himself. No room inside, bounces it back outside. He's going to take it across the 50 all the way down to the 45-yard line of the Parkview Vikings.
By number 25 and 30 of the Vikings, Isaiah Farley and Jaden Knox. It's an 8-yard carry, second down and 2.
Second, 2, clock keeps running. I think that's what you're going to see out of the Tigers right now. They're able to move the ball on the ground and keep the clock going. And
Richardson going to take it again, this time going right up the middle. He's going to have the first down and then some as that ball comes down all the way down to the 36-yard line.
Eric Richardson. He's tackled by number 48 of the Vikings, Julian Prosquez. 11 yards on the carry, and that's good enough for Waynesville.
So that stops the clock. Just under 4 minutes left to play here in the third quarter. Richardson going to take it again, looking for room over the right-hand side this time. Richardson's going to spill forward, pick up 5, maybe 6, depending on the spot. He's going to get 6 yards. Richardson just keeps those feet moving. That ball keeps heading right on down the field.
It's a 6-yard carry, second down and 4.
Looks like we're going to have an offensive switch right here. David Vernon back into the game at cornerback. Looks like is that Aussie again back in their tail.
Aussie back there with him. Little pitch to Chase Thomas Plummer.
On the carry for the Tigers, number 18, Chase Thomas Plummer.
Chase going to be brought down by a whole group there of Viking defenders to get him to the ground.
Loss of 3 on the play. Brings up third down and 7.
Coach getting a proud dad check in. Number 19, name we've called a lot tonight. Mr. Fiame checking in. Dad checking in from Fort Bliss, Texas tonight.
2nd and 7 for the Tigers. That's 3rd and 7, I believe. Quick little pass up to the.
Oh, and yeah, a little extracurricular there, and the referees were quick with the flags to shut that down. Not sure which side they're flagging. Sometimes they get the retaliation and not the first guy, but credit the referees. Things got a little pushy right there, and the referees were quick to shut that down. We're going to get a dead ball personal foul against the Tigers. We're going to get an offsetting personal foul.
Dead ball, personal foul, Waynesville. Dead ball, personal foul, Parkview. The penalties will offset.
You know, Coach, sometimes it's easy for us to sit up here and kind of pick apart the refereeing of a game. Done a real nice job tonight. I think they've called a pretty fair game both ways. I like that they're shutting down. Things get a little bit chippy. They're quick to shut that down. They're going to give penalties to both sides to make sure that stops. Definitely like how they've gone over and talked to the kids tonight. Whenever there's been a penalty flag thrown, I've seen a referee go to a young man and explain why that flag was thrown.
4th down and 3 for the Tigers. Richardson back in at quarterback. And we've got another stoppage here by the officials.
Results of the previous play stand. 4th down.
All right, I think we're ready to play now.
All right, back to action we go. Big 4th down right here, about 4th and 4. Snap comes back. Richardson's going to take it, looking for room outside. He's going to spill forward, and he's going to have it. So that's going to be a 1st down run right there for Eric Richardson and the Waynesville Tigers. Going to stop the clock at 2:25 here in the 3rd quarter as the chains shuffle. Ball going to be spotted right at the 21-yard line.
4 yards on the carry, and that's good enough for Waynesville. 1st and 10 from the Parkview 21.
Snap comes back. Richardson up the middle. Beats that first wave. Second wave grabs him, but not before he gets it all the way down inside the 15, about the 13-yard line. So pickup of about 8 on 1st down.
These two getting to know each other very well. 8 yards on the carry, 2nd down and 2.
All right, it's going to be Stubblefield and Richardson in the backfield. One wide receiver out this time. Going to go to Richards.
Gets to the outside as a shoestring tackle there by the Vikings.
It's going to be down inside the 10, so it's going to be 1st and goal for the Tigers.
Yards on the carry, and that's good enough for Waynesville. 1st and goal from the 7.
Fiame is going to be the lone wideout, splitting wideout to the top. It's still going to be Richardson. Stubblefield in the backfield. Comes to Richardson again, looking for room, heading around the right-hand side.
He
and
takes
Richardson
it in. Yep.
Into the end zone for his 3rd touchdown on the evening as we go into the end zone for the Waynesville Tigers.
Tigers go up 41-8 now.
With speed coming out of that Waynesville backfield right now, Parkview just has no answer for. Coach, I have not seen Novak head out there. It looks like the Tigers may be going to go for 2.
Well, that is what it appears.
As it looks like that same formation is going to come out with Stubblefield and Richardson in the backfield. Fiame the wide out to the top of the screen.
And we're going to have a motion there.
Yep.
Illegal motion on the offense. 5-yard penalty.
I'm going to guess that one was going to the right, Coach Rollins.
I guess that is correct.
So that's going to back the Tigers up 5. Come back into the set. Richardson in the quarterback position. Stubblefield in the backfield beside him. Richardson going to keep the ball. try and follow his block, but Parkview's going to get that one, wraps him up right about the 5-yard line, and they're going to stop him short, so the Tigers won't convert the 2-point attempt, but they do lead with 41 seconds left to play here in the third quarter. They do lead 41-8 here on opening night.
Matt, you never know what to expect when you come out here on opening night. Boy, the Tigers.
I like what I'm getting, though.
I do like that the Tigers have done a tremendous job on both sides of the ball tonight.
Oh, Coach, we're getting a check-in. I know where to put this state pin. Former Waynesville coach Mickey Murray checking in with us. Looks like Wyoming's getting a pin.
Wyoming does get a pin. Thought Mick would check in a little earlier to make sure that pin was his. You never know. And boy, he chanced it. Waited all the way to the end of the third quarter.
You wait to the end of the third quarter. You never know. I believe Brent Vernon's still out there. He could have checked in and taken that pin. All right, Tigers kick it off. Going to be fielded about the 20-yard line by the Parkview Vikings, looking for room. Kind of pushes it back, still on his feet as he gets across the 30, 40, out at the 50. Finally going to be brought down just as he moves into Waynesville Tiger territory. So the Parkview Vikings going to start with pretty good field position here as we are at the very end of the third quarter, 29 seconds remaining. And, Coach, I don't want to be negative. I never want to be negative. I still believe we can get 50 states by the end of the football season. But, Coach, if we're going to get all 50 tonight, we're going to have to start clicking off states pretty quick here in the fourth quarter.
Well, we can do it.
I'm not saying we can't.
Little screen pass over the top.
And he's still on his feet. A lot of ground in front of him. Finally going to be pushed out of bounds, but not until he works it all the way down to about
Anthony Nunda on that reception for the Parkview Vikings.
Oh, they're going to say he got in. I thought he stepped out over there.
Oh, I did too.
They're going to say he's in for the score. Woo. The referees have done a nice job, and they're a lot closer than I am, but I thought he clearly was out of bounds before he crossed that goal line.
So Parkview will be going for the extra point here. They're going to go for 2.
Coach Murray has confirmed he will share his pin with Brent Vernon.
Vikings will go for 2.
Takes the handoff, rolls out, has receiver, and that conversion is good for 2 points.
So Parkview with their first score of the second half here. To pull a little bit closer here, 41-16.
I don't like it when they score, Coach Rollins.
No, it's not near as much fun. Now we're with 18 seconds left here in the third quarter.
All right, the Tigers send their return package onto the field here. Looks like Aussie is going to be the deep man. Who's that up there to the top? That's going to be Teagle.
I believe.
On the far side. And then who do we got down close? Is this Malay?
Malay down here to the near side. Matt, big news out of Pittsburgh tonight. The St. Louis Cardinals with a 4-3 win over the Pittsburgh Pirates. This is when we start getting more states because all these other people have been watching the Cardinal game.
Well, probably. I've been getting little updates from my good buddy.
Well, that ball bounces off it. It's going to be recovered.
Skips forward to Ethan Smith, I believe.
By the Waynesville Tigers, number 10, Ethan Smith.
Ethan Smith is in good position right there because that ball squirted straight forward. Ethan turned around, and it was right there, and Ethan did the smartest thing he could was just cover that ball up. Now, my good buddy Jerry Strong's been texting me some updates here during the game. He knows what Friday night, I'm focused on Tiger football. I've got one focus on Friday nights.
Jerry live in one of them states that we don't have?
No, he's right here in Missouri.
Well, we were counting on Jerry to live in a different state.
Well, right now we need him to live in approximately 30 different states.
Oh, snap.
High
nice
snap.
Job by Eric Richardson to get that ball, and he's going to get some positive yardage out of it.
He's going to spill forward and pick up 4, maybe 5, depending on the spot here.
And that's going to bring us to the end of the third quarter with the Tigers up 41-16. Matt, you know what that means it's time for?
Is it time for another TTSN Sports Update?
Try this again. It's time for a TTSN Sports Update. This TTSN Sports Update is brought to you by the Tiger TV Facebook page. Tiger TV Facebook for all the news. It is news right here in Tiger Town. Matt, you know who likes the Tiger TV Facebook page?
Well, the band did such a nice job, and with, I believe, Mr. Stockman retiring at the end of the year, I'm going to say Mr. Jim Stockman.
Well, we know Jim likes it. That's not who we're going to talk about on this spotlight. We're going to talk about the Waynesville Lady Tiger Do volleyball coach, Amber Barkley. I get to teach PE with Amber during the day, and Amber not only told me she likes the Tiger TV Facebook page, but she loves the Tiger TV Facebook page. It's helping getting her ready to be a full-fledged Waynesville Tiger. While we're talking about that, Coach Barkley took the Lady Tigers up to Jefferson City tonight to take on one of the toughest volleyball programs in the state of Missouri. Lady Tigers come up a little short tonight, but the report I got from the volleyball game was the Tigers played very, very well tonight. Coach Barkley and assistant coach Chris Pills are both very happy with what they have seen. Tomorrow, our sub-varsity Lady Tigers are going to be heading down to Springfield, I believe it is, for a volleyball tournament. We want to wish them all the luck in the world, and we're going to be on TV, I believe it's September the 7th.
I believe that's correct.
With Lady Tiger Volleyball. It'll be coming up in the future. They're going to be taking on the Sullivan that night, and Coach Barkley and her husband is teaching down at the middle school. We want to welcome you to Waynesville. Time for them to start bleeding a little orange and black.
Absolutely. All right, so we're right back at it. It's going to be 3rd and short right here for the Waynesville Tigers.
Confirmation from Tim Wallace, yes, it is the 7th.
Good deal. Ready to bring a little volleyball? Coach Rawlings, you blink, and it's going to be wrestling, and it's going to be basketball. It's hard to believe just how fast this goes. Once we get moving, you blink, and just the weeks fly by.
Illegal motion on the offense, 5-yard penalty replayed.
5-yard penalty is going to back the Tigers up, so it's going to remain 3rd down here. But now it's going to be 3rd and about 6. I'm going to call that 3rd and 7. Aussie, the tailback in the formation here. Handoff goes to Aussie. Forward, Parkview sniffs that one out. They're going to wrap him up after he picks up a yard, maybe 2 on the play. So that's going to bring up 4th down here for the Tigers.
Final in Ozark Conference football action tonight. The Lebanon Yellow Jackets 56. The Hillcrest Hornets 6.
2-yard carry, 4th down.
Big thank you out there, Dennis Rogers, also giving us a report on that Cardinal game as he's joined us here. Dennis lives out in West Waynesville, so that's not another state that we're going to get a pin for.
Tigers quickly down the field, takes a little Tiger roll as that one's going to go down just inside the 15-yard line. The Tigers going to touch it dead. Chase Thomas Plummer on the coverage there, along with a couple other Tigers. Who else is that there, Coach Rollins?
Well, let's go.
That's going to be Fiame, and coming to the side, is this going to be – is that Teagle?
I believe that is Teagle.
Going to be right there with them, so nice coverage on the play, and so Parkview going to take over deep in their own territory. Parkview comes back, the 4 wide, one tailback in the set, back there with Burks. Burks takes the snap, quick pass to the outside. He's got the receiver, got the completion. Breaks one tackle, stretches out as he gets to that first down marker, Coach, and that's going to be awful close. I think with the lean, he got it right there.
Yeah, he did. So they're going to remove the chains, I believe.
11 yards on the reception. First down, Vikings.
So they are going to give him 11 yards. It will be a first down. That's going to stop the clock straight up. 10 minutes remaining left to play in this one with your Waynesville Tigers on top, 41-16.
Tigers will be making that trip north next Friday night as they head to Camden to play the Lakers.
Long pass right there. Turnaround almost pulled down by the Parkview Vikings, but broken up. Thought Coach Haynes was going for the tackle, Coach Rawlings.
I thought he was, I thought he might have been the guy got the hand there and deflected the pass. I'm not sure.
Trying to get out there and work a little mojo on him. All right, so 2nd and 10. Parkview sets up once more, 4 wide. This time quarterback drops, looks for that little screen pass inside. It's complete, and wow, burst of speed right there. And the Tigers aren't going to be able to stop him as he's going to go all the way down the field, 75 yards on the pass play.
Chris Anderson with that reception.
To number 11, Chris Anderson.
Woo. And that's what we saw, that if they are able to get out in space, Parkview has some very nimble and athletic players right there. Anderson got into the open field, and that young man was gone like Eric Richardson would be gone. Maybe not that fast. I don't know anybody's that fast, but he was off to the races. 75-yard completion for Burks, so that's going to trim the Tiger League 41-22 with the extra point upcoming. Looks like they are going to go for 2.
And the Tigers,
pass deflected inside.
Caught by a lineman. I believe, well, maybe it went through the lineman's hands there. Hard to see from this angle up here, but however that was, 2-point conversion was not good. So that's going to keep the score at 41-22, 9:36 left here in the ball game. Parkview will be kicking off to the Tigers.
And Coach, we've got to shut this down right now. We had an incident a few years ago where there was bribery involved to try and defraud and take the TTS Sports Fan of the Year. Right now, we have an offer from Mr. Eric Morse, which I appreciate, willing to go to another state to watch the game, but we can't just flippantly trade a prestigious award like TTSN Fan of the Year.
No, we can't do that, Eric.
But
you check in all the time, watch all the broadcasts,
Right.
Eric. It helps you out. There
yeah,
as
no,
far
that
as
is, the more you
getting
check in,
votes
the more it
and-
helps. Now, I will say this. If Eric was willing to go to the 30-some-odd states that we don't have,
all by the end of the evening.
all by the end – well, no, he's not going to get that done in the next 9 minutes. But throughout the season, the
There's
different
still
broadcasts,
4 timeouts left.
he could hit all of the states. If he helped us get all 50 states, I think that might be worthy of winning TTSN Sports Fan of the Year.
Well, I'm going to have to agree with you there. We have to get confirmation from Tim Wallace on that, you know.
But we do know there is no trading of this award. All right, Parkview kicks it deep. Going to be fielded about the 17. Coming to the near side
Malay,
across
that's
the
Isaac
30.
Malay.
Malay's going to get it up across the 35. And looks like the Waynesville Tigers are going to take over right there.
See Coach Haynes talking to the offense right there.
And that's what TTSN brings you right there. You get any closer, you're going to have Coach Haynes' headset on right there.
No, but the best part of that is I'm going to assume as warm as it is out there, the boys are sweating a little bit. Chase Thomas Plummer reaches up and wipes his hands off on Coach Haynes before he goes out.
Quick pass out to the outside, caught, still on his feet, now eventually taken down, picking up about 4. Is that Chase Thomas Plummer right there?
That is Chase Thomas Plummer right there. Well, he had to get them hands dried off on Coach Haynes'.
Well, he knew that pass was coming to him. Bishop Godwin in at quarterback. I believe that's Aussie is the tailback in behind him. Tigers go 2 wide receivers to the top, 1 to the bottom. Now bring a man in motion. Handoff goes to Aussie up the middle. Going to get forward and then going to be driven back. I think he's going to pick up a yard on forward progress.
That's where the ball's going to be marked to bring up a 3rd and 5. Tigers hurry up to the line. There's still 20 seconds left on the play clock, man.
Quick pass to the outside. It's complete. Cross the 45. It's going to have first down.
Isaac Malay.
Godwin's pass complete to number 12, Isaac Malay. He's tackled by number 2 of the Vikings, Shane Glass. Six-yard reception, and that's good enough for Waynesville.
All right, Tigers come to the line, 1st and 10, 7:47 left here in the 4th quarter. Snap goes back to Godwin. Quick handoff to Aussie. Aussie still on his feet across the 50. Down inside the 40, all the way down to about the 36-yard line.
Yeah, first down for the Tigers. Move those chains. Keep that clock running right now, Matt.
Richardson checks back into the game for the Waynesville Tigers.
Yards on the carry, and that's good enough for Waynesville.
Richardson behind Godwin this time in the set.
He gets the carry, and he's going to take it all the way down inside the 30. He's going to be close to the first down, Coach. I think he may be about half a yard, maybe a yard shy.
On the field for the Waynesville Tigers, number 30, Eric Richardson. Tackle made by number 28, Junior Lemaire. 9 yards on the carry, second down and 1.
Now you see the Tigers taking a little bit more time, being a little bit more deliberate with what they're doing.
Well, and you know the guys got to be excited. They're out there, they're fired up, play after play, picking up big gains, and you just want to get back on that ball and go again. But Coach Haynes, I think, want to milk this clock just a little bit here. We're inside 6.5 minutes. Tigers have a good lead right now, but
that'll be Richardson with the carry. You know, Matt, you think back a year ago, this game wasn't played. We were at a point where we had been virtual for a week. The Tigers had been able to practice, and week 1 we didn't play a game a year ago.
no, we didn't, and thankfully we did get the rest of the season in last year. I know a lot of schools weren't able to do as well as we did last year, being able to stay in person.
And it was right, and you prepared. You had to prepare a lot of different ways for things. That ball's going to be just off the fingertips of Malay.
Pass is incomplete, intended receiver Isaac Malay. Second down and 10.
But I know we saw it during track season. The credit for that goes to these students and the student athletes. We saw that when it came to wearing masks and being careful, I'd put our kids up against any district in the state because our kids cared. They wanted to be here. They wanted to make sure we got that track meet in,
right,
that game in. I can't commend our students enough for last year. And when you look at how many days most schools and many schools even in the state of Missouri had to be virtual, Waynesville was able to stay in person almost the entire year, which is just absolutely incredible.
Hossey up the middle. He's going to get back to. They're going to give him. It looks like about a yard.
On the carry for the Tigers, number 32, Tao Ossie. He's stopped by number 19, Taylor Hollimer. Forward progress stopped after a 1-yard gain. Third down and 9.
So it's going to be 3rd and 9. Ball sits just outside the 20-yard line as we're about 5:15 left to play here in the game.
Oh, nice bounce there to Bishop, and he stayed with it.
Bishop's going to take that ball inside the 15 down to about the 13. But, boy, that ball, that's a good bounce right there.
Not very often does that ball hit the turf and bounce right back up into your hands like that. So we're going to get a 4th and a
short 2?
Yeah, short 2, long 1. We've talked about a few of the other sports. Boys soccer kicked off their season tonight also. We want to wish them luck. All the other fall sports that are
boys soccer traveling down to Republic this evening.
Yes.
Talked with Coach Thornburg as they were getting ready to go this afternoon as Bishop Godwin's taking it himself, gets to the outside.
We're going to be close. It's going to be close.
I think he got it.
On the carry for the Tigers, number 4, Bishop Godwin. As we wait on the official spot. He's tackled by number 5, Ethan Brantley.
First down, Waynesville.
There we go.
And that 2-yard carry is
Well, Coach, while we got a second, Miss Jenny Box is needing a list of the states we're missing. If you could rattle them off for her, it'd be nice.
Well, Coach, we've got about 30. But I think we haven't got confirmation back. I believe Eric Morris is going to go to a different one of these states for the next 30 broadcasts.
I'm thinking, Jenny Box may be wanting to do that, go to all these states too. I don't know.
Well, I was going to say they could both do it, but I don't know the rules on that. I don't think we've ever had a co-fan of the year.
If they both do that, they're co-fans of the year.
No, I agree. Right. Well, and they could divide that up. Eric could take 15. Miss Box could take 15.
No, I think they both have to go to all 30. Well, we're getting a measurement over there right now, Matt. The new members there on our chain gang over there. Not sure who all is doing. I know Mike Dunbar's over there, and I know Chase Dendecker's over there.
Chase Dendecker.
Talked to Chase about being on the chain gang. This has been a lifelong dream for Chase to be a member of the chain gang here at Waynesville.
Well, he's been in training for a while. I know it's not a short training process. Years and years of preparation goes into that.
He's mark that off the bucket list. And
well, I remember him talking about it all the way back when he was playing 7th grade basketball for you and I at Waynesville Middle School many moons ago.
Well, and the crazy part was the night that we called timeout down over in Lebanon at a game, and he starts talking about it during the timeout. It was. If we got the pitch to the outside, that is Chase Thomas Plummer.
Chase Thomas Plummer, and he's going to be close.
They're going to say he stepped out at the 3.
On the carry for the Tigers, number 18, Chase Thomas Plummer.
He's going to bring it down.
He's forced out of bounds at the 3-yard line. By number 28, Junior Lemaire. It's a 7-yard carry.
So a gain of 7. They are going to move it or mark it all the way at the 3 there.
Well, and do we have a penalty? I'm assuming we got a little action going on up here in the booth.
Yeah, the booth got busy and noisy, and somehow we're backed up again here. But
it's Richardson.
Direct snap by Richardson, and he's going to take it down. Or they're going to say he stepped out about the 5.
Eric Richardson. It'll be a loss of 2 on the plays. Second and goal from the 5.
So 2nd and 5. Looks like the Tigers can get a first down just inside the 1-yard line.
Well, we got another penalty now. It'll be illegal formation on the Tigers.
Illegal motion on the offense, 5-yard penalty, replay, 2nd down.
Matt, you may want to make a list of these states we're missing. Miss Box was going to reach out to some former students. Now that's not going to get her the same qualifications for Fan of the Year as going to each and every one of these states, but I do like that she's wanting us to achieve our goal.
No, I appreciate that. So so her and Eric Morse are not going to travel to those 30 states.
That's what it sounds like.
Well, is Eric still going to travel to the 30 states?
Know.
We'll have to get some confirmation.
Tao Ossie with the run up to the handoff, he's going to get down to about the 5.
About the
maybe?
5 looks like before he's kind of rolled up there and push towards the side. As we're just a little over 4 minutes, 4:05 left here to play in the game. Tigers holding on to a lead, 41-22. And they are going to set it right at the 5-yard line, so it's 3rd and 4.5. The Tigers can get a first down,
get a first down without scoring. Yes,
but it's close. Snap comes to Richardson. He's going to be in for his 4th touchdown of the night. Woo!
So 47-22 here, 3:26 left in the ball game.
Well, that's $25 for every touchdown, $175 today.
And it looks like the Tigers are going to go for 2. Richardson's going to take it himself, and he's going to be in for 2 more.
49-22 as the Tigers will be kicking off. Here with 3:26 left in the ballgame. Matt, while we have this time, we want to recognize our students working the broadcast tonight for the TTSN Sports Network under the direction of the incomparable,
the illustrious,
the illuminal Tim Wallace. You know, these Tim and his crew. This is one of those games that I know makes Tim nervous because we've been talking back and forth because it's so early in the school year, and bam, they're out here. They're right on top of it. Another tremendous broadcast by Tim and his kids. Tonight we've got Dominic Barnett, Samuel Alford, Destiny Michael, Armani Randolph, and Arlen O'Connor working the game for us tonight. Outstanding job. We've got it going on phones up here. We got it going on the monitor screen, and we've had hundreds of people watching tonight, people checking in. They do an outstanding job. 2 weeks from tonight, we're going to have Lebanon rolling in. We're going to do this all over again. It'll be just as outstanding. But, folks, we want you to come down here and support the Tigers, if at all possible. I would hope it's not quite as warm in 2 weeks.
2 weeks from now, I hope it's not this warm.
But it may be. And if it is, get on down here, and do this thing. Let's cheer
absolutely.
these Tigers on. Tigers next week, as I said, they're going to Camdenton to take on our arch rival, the Camdenton Lakers.
And always a strong team. And the Camdenton Lakers is the ball's going to be knocked down, covered up at the 40. And who was it? I know you were giving us score updates earlier. Camdenton had who tonight?
I believe it was the Hillcrest Hornets.
Hillcrest Hornets, and they had won handily.
Hold on. Camdenton has Kickapoo tonight.
Okay.
We're going to back up here. And it's a final. It's a final from down in Springfield. Camdenton defeats Kickapoo tonight 22-14. It's a final in Springfield, or I believe that game might be in Lebanon. Lebanon 56-6 over Hillcrest. It's a final. West Plains sends the Mustangs from Center Hill all the way back to Mississippi with a 38-12 beating down there in Zizerland.
Ooh, that's a long bus ride home. 3
Rolla,
hours and 29 minutes worth.
Rolla has defeated Bolivar 36-20 tonight. Matt, just looking at things right here, the Power Four all bring home victories tonight. So that's big for the outlying schools there. Joshua E. Scott will rally his troops down in Springfield. Had a chance to message back and forth with Director of Springfield Activities, Joshua E. Scott, used to be the Director of Mission Activities here for the Waynesville School District this morning. Josh is, well, I'm telling you, can't hardly turn on KY3 without Josh being on there talking about all the goings-on down in Springfield. Josh has got a lot of airtime down there. It's been good for him. You know, acting may be something he goes into later on in his career. You know, Josh was the original director of hydration for the Waynesville School District, and
all right, 3:25 left to play here in the game. Parkview looking down the field right here. Quarterback's going to take it himself. He's going to get out of bounds, and we're going to have a flag. They're going to say late contact as they got out of bounds there.
Wow. I'm going to say that's what they're going to say, but I've seen a couple of plays that
it
hits out of bounds that were a lot further out of bounds than that. But
it didn't, to me, again, we're all the way across the field. Didn't look like a hit. It was chasing him out of bounds and kind of got a hand on him after they got out of bounds, but momentum's going that way. But they are going to call it against the Waynesville Tigers a little after getting out of bounds penalty there. But the referee's right on top of it tonight. They're definitely making sure nothing gets out of hand, and maybe that's just calling it a little extra tight to make sure that things don't.
I've seen some stuff early on out of bounds that I thought were borderline. I didn't think that one was even borderline, but that's okay. We're still up 27 points.
Burks drops back. He's going to let a long one go. He has his receiver, and he is
completed there.
Into the end zone. Is that Glass again?
Number 4.
Nope, that's going to be Anthony Nunda. I did not think when he let that ball go, I did not think Nunda was going to be able to catch up with that one.
No, I didn't either.
I thought that was going to be over the top of him, and Nunda, give him credit, got down there in a hurry and pulled that one in, and into the end zone it goes. Just like that, a 27-point lead becomes a 21-point lead with a 2-point conversion upcoming. Glendale is going to go for 2. I'm sorry, Parkview is going to go for 2.
And they're going to be stopped.
Evan Stubblefield quickly in there is going to shut that one down, so it will hold 49-28, and the Waynesville Tigers still on up top by 21. 3:07 remaining to play in this one.
In a fourth quarter, Matt, that I really thought would fly by, and
I did too.
And it really has not. As we've hit the 10 o'clock hour here in Waynesville, folks, we would make that announcement. If you dropped your student off down here at the game, it'd be time to head this direction to pick them up. That way you can get them home, get them in bed so they can enjoy the weekend.
Coach Raleigh says you need to be up at 5 o'clock tomorrow morning.
You don't want to be, but there's always that possibility. If you get used to something like that, it's hard to.
Well, it hasn't taken long. My alarm's been set all this week, and it seems like about 5 minutes before it goes off, my eyes roll open, I turn over, and it's time to get up and get the day going. As Coach Wilson says, it's time to get up and make the donuts.
Well, nobody makes donuts quite like Coach Wilson. Speaking of donuts, standing in the hallway before school today, one of the seniors that coming in from Senior Sunrise, walking down the hallway, a dozen donuts, started my day with the donut.
Well, there you go.
You know what I thought at that moment? Great day to be a Tiger.
Well, it's always a great day to be a Tiger.
It's a greater day when you get a donut.
I agree. I think maybe I need donuts in the morning for breakfast now. They open at 5 o'clock when we're getting up in the morning?
No, but they ought to be open when you drive by. Here's an onside kick.
There's that onside kick.
Nice job there by the Tigers. Get the widescreen shot here. I couldn't tell.
And the onside kick is recovered by number 11,
Jonathan Hedrick, I believe, on that recovery.
I believe you are correct. I was waiting for him to get a little bit closer. Couldn't see on the front of the jersey. That is Hedrick catches that immediately, takes it down, and stops the clock at 3:06. The Tiger offense going to come back on the field. Ball sitting right inside the 49-yard line of the Waynesville Tigers. Tigers going to hold on, start this season off 1-0. But Coach Rawlings, as you said, we got to go up the road next week. Camden always tough. Seems like no matter, one team could be up and one team could be down, but year in and year out, that's always a tough game.
That'll be Aussie with the ball around the left side.
Handoff there by David Vernon. David Vernon back in at quarterback. It's been a whirlwind. Coach Hollywood Haynes kept us on our toes tonight with this offensive merry-go-round, keeping fresh players in there. Calling a lot of offensive weapons moving in and out tonight, and then I know it's thrown Parkview for a loop. It's kept us on our heels at times tonight, but woo. Believe that's Richardson in the backfield behind Vernon. 2 wide outs, one to the top, one to the bottom. Turn, handoff does go. He moves forward across the 40, down all the way to about the 37-yard line, I believe.
Eric Richardson, he's tackled by number 52 of the defense, Ryan Decker.
Declan on the stop for the Parkview Vikings.
12 yards on the carry, and that's good enough for Waynesville.
Coach, we're under 2 minutes.
Coach, you get up that early tomorrow. You have plenty of time to get to Morrisville and get down there and watch softball girls.
I don't know what we're doing tomorrow. I
bet we get a report. I'm not sure what the schedule is for the sub-varsity volleyball tournament down
that ball is loose, and Parkview looks like they've covered that one up.
Whistle blew, so it's going to be real interesting to see where whistle blew early. So now the officials are going to have to talk. I like it blowing early because that's going to mean we're going to keep the ball. You can hit Morrisville, hit a softball game, shoot down to Springfield, get a volleyball game. Run by and see Joshua E. Scott, have him take you out for a meal.
He's probably going to be on TV. He's probably busy with all his Hollywood friends now. Not Hollywood. Not Hollywood Haynes.
Folks at home. It's Springfield friends, not Hollywood. And they're going to give Parkview the ball.
I do like the referees coming together, making sure, talk it out, make sure they're all on the same page. But I was with you, and Coach Haynes right there to ask the same thing. That whistle sounded like it blew early.
I think the call is probably correct, but the whistle blowing deadens it, so it shouldn't be that way.
Well, the referee's going to get back together, Coach Rawlings. Pass is complete in the middle of the field, across the 40-45, and going to be dropped just before he gets to midfield.
But it's going to be a first down. Stop the clock.
He's tackled by number 18, Chase Thomas Plummer.
Chase Thomas Plummer is the man that delivered the hit there at the end.
And we're going to get a timeout.
I did not see a signal.
I did not either.
Is this a called timeout or is this a hydration break?
But I don't think with 1:22 left in this game we're going to have a hydration break. It's a timeout. Not sure if it was Parkview or Waynesville. Coach Haynes is still out there in a discussion with the officials.
All right, so it's going to be 1st and 10, 1:22. Ball sitting at the 48-yard line of the Parkview Vikings. Vikings come in that spread formation, 5 receivers wide. Quarterback steps up. He's going to take off and run across the 45 and out of bounds he goes right near the 40-yard line. Coach, he's going to be real close to that first down depending on where he stepped out. Darian Washington, the Tiger that was closing right there on him. And they're going to say he stepped out about a yard shy, so it's going to be 2nd and 1.
1:16 left here in the ball game.
Ball sitting on the 42-yard line of the Waynesville Tigers. Parkview comes again, 4 wide, 1 back in the set beside Burks in the shotgun. Burks.
Ball's tipped.
Yep.
It's going to be incomplete.
Looking outside, the Tiger was that Mason Wright, the Tiger that got the hand on that one, number 52 for the Waynesville Tigers. So that's going to make it 3rd and 1.
Little swing pass is going to be incomplete. Harris, intended receiver there for Parkview. So 4th and 1. All kinds of movement there by Parkview. So we're going to get a flag. Going to move them back 5.
Sometimes you got one guy jump. I'm going to say there was a miscommunication there because the whole line went at the same time.
I'm not sure what you call a bunch of Vikings together. It's not a herd. It's a plethora maybe. I don't know. But all of them. A plethora of Vikings moved on that play.
Wouldn't it be a horde of Vikings?
A horde of Vikings.
I would think.
Timeout, Parkview. A horde of Vikings. You're Googling this. There's no telling what you're going to come up with. Shout out to Dan Deering joining us here. Dan, hopping in late on the broadcast. There's 1:11 left. Here with the Tigers up 49-28. Are you coming up with anything?
I'm not.
Well, they're Tribe.
I don't. We're going to have to look once we get off the air. I don't want to miss. There's no telling. We've seen such great things tonight. I'm afraid to miss a minute of what's going on out here, and we've only got 1:11 seconds left. It's about 4th and 6 here for the Parkview Vikings. They bring that spread formation. They do keep the tailback in the set right here with the 4 receivers. A little screen pass into the middle. It's complete. Has the first down. And going to be dropped just as he gets across the 40-yard line down to about the 38. So the clock will stop on the first down there.
Well, should.
Should have. Burke's going to keep it himself, take off and run this time. Aussie going to be the first man there, help bring him down as he gets down inside the 35.
Mason Perez. And we're going to get a timeout by Parkview. Be their final. No?
I believe they've got 2
They've
left
got
right
2,
now.
So they're going to have another one after this.
So that'll stop the clock at 31 seconds. Ball sitting right at the 33-yard line. Coach, I'm with you. We got to this 4th quarter. I thought, boy, this is going to roll right through.
I think we started that 4th quarter about 8 o'clock, and it's 10:14 now. It seems like.
I don't know if we started it quite that early, but this 4th quarter definitely has grinded to a slower pace than the first 3 quarters of the game.
I'm not going to lie. The last 3 minutes have taken quite a while.
Well, I don't want you to ever lie to us, Coach Rawlings. The TTSN faithful, they would never expect you to lie.
Well, that's true. Brutally honest. I'm just going to be brutally honest. I dropped that one on Coach Troy Trusty today, and it made him giggle. Oh, and there's
Tigers
gonna be a
there
sack.
again.
Numbers.
Is it Aiden McFarland?
Aiden McFarland on that sack. Clock continues to run.
I believe it was Ethan Smith, number 10, was the first man there. Made Burks dive back inside, and Aiden McFarland was there ready to go.
It's going to be intercepted there by that Tiger defense. And that's going to end the ball game as soon as he's tackled. That brings us to the end tonight. The Tigers are going to finish off here a 49-28 victory over the Parkview Vikings. Great way to start the season, 2021, right here at Tiger Stadium. Tigers next weekend are going to be headed up north to Camdenton. We're going to see you guys up at Camdenton to support the Tigers. And 2 weeks from tonight, we're going to be right back out here at Tiger Stadium. The Lebanon Yellow Jackets roll into town. We'll be back on the TTSN Sports Network then, September the 7th. Lady Tiger Volleyball. We want you to join us for both of those. If you can't make it out to the stadium, for Matt Johnson, I'm Mike Rawlings. We want everybody out there to have an awesome weekend, and we'll see you next time.